The NFL begins, and we have an ejection right away. The Jays win in the Bronx, and Felix made it to the semifinals of the U.S. Open. Hello, and welcome to The House That Happened, sponsored by Shuey's Bar and Grill, the only place to be in suburban Etobicoke, voted 4 times the best dive bar in all the GTA. It's number 1 in our hearts, the Phoenix rising from the ashes. Hi, I'm Andrew Milani.
Hi, my name is Cruz, and I'm feeling gnarly. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good.
That's good. The weather's shit, but don't worry about it. September, October is going to be hot. You heard it here first. I'm a part-time meteorologist.
Okay.
In my mind.
I don't mind it getting a little bit colder.
Hoodie weather's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Hoodie weather's cool.
I don't mind putting on a hoodie at night, going for a walk.
Yeah, hoodie's weather's cool. I just had to wear my Detroit Lion, my favorite pullover, when I walked the dog this morning. It was good enough. It said 13. That scared me, but come on. Still got my shorts on. That's all that matters.
There we go.
How was your week?
Not bad. How was yours?
My week was, it was okay. I guess I was gnarly because the things around me that I had to do to prepare for this show made me gnarly.
Right.
I guess that's how I would look at it, so to speak.
I see what you mean. Ready to get to shout-outs?
Yeah. Are we going to ridicule? No, we won't get that yet, will we?
Well, I mean, you went halfway there. Might as well.
Or are we going to ridicule Bill Belichick?
Well, I don't know about ridicule, but I mean, it's kind of crazy. Obviously, the UNC Tar Heels got blown out at home. Their first game was at 48-14.
Whatever the case may be. And the hype on the game, the atmosphere, LT, MJ, Randy Moss, Julius Peppers, Roy.
Mia Hamm.
Oh, man, it was a celebrity. It was the University of North Carolina.
It's okay. The cap was on.
Yeah. North Carolina. That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
North Carolina alumni. The greatest of the greats. But that's all we say because we're Bill Belichick fans in the house. Milani's wearing a New England Patriots football jersey,
yes,
so then he must be respecting the fact that Belichick is still great.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I would be lying if I said I didn't enjoy the memes that came out of it.
Some were just, we're not going to go there because
like
that's gnarly shit. That's gnarly ass shit, man. I mean, he's got to take it. And especially, we don't want to bring his girlfriend into it, but some of the memes certainly got there.
I mean, she put herself front and center. Yeah, so I mean, you reap what you sow, right?
There you go. You know what I mean? They're growing weeds right now.
Yes. Big shout out to my sister Mitchell once again. We were over at their place last weekend for my sister's birthday, making Lego bouquets, which are going to be the centerpiece at the wedding. That's outstanding.
Yeah. I like that whole idea. That must have been a lot of fun, eh?
It was.
Over wine and drinks and music.
Yeah, just hanging out in the family room.
Oh, yeah. That's just so badass. I hope that you guys have, the greatest day ever. Looking forward to 50 years of marriage and 3 kids? Because what's your husband's name again?
Mitchell.
Here's how it works. The first one pops out, it's a boy, but you want a boy and a girl, right? Bang, the second one comes out, it's another boy. And mama's going, I really want a girl. So you go for 3. But here's the other consequence. Sometimes you can be a girl dad. And it's all good. Either way. It's all good either way. I had 2 boys, so.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? I feel roosterish at times. You know what I mean? Oh, by the way, I really respect your review. I've heard your review of the Brad Pitt F1 movie. Thank you for that review. I heard it from your brother himself, and so it'll spare me a couple hours of my life.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Not a movie I'll be going back to much either. Mm-hmm. Also, big shout out to the Mort Football League, my fantasy league that we drafted on Monday.
Yes.
Had a lot of fun with the boys. Marco Antonio, the last place player last year, showed up in the clown makeup, gave us all a good laugh.
Yes, we should think of something like that.
Yeah, it got very quiet very quick, obviously, once the draft commenced.
Of course, because we take it so seriously, right?
Yeah.
Great picture you posted, by the way. That's cool. You got to always show your team. But now that we're on fantasy, I have to explain to all the people out there in fantasy that sometimes things don't go your way even though you plan them. So I made a kind of a blunder here, and I really got ragged on because I'm with guys that are 19 years into this league. So if you make a certain draft and you get a response, you kind of put your head up. So you got to understand circumstances, though. We're out on my deck. You see where my deck is. 9 guys, beer everywhere. There was things to imbibe in, lots of food, and I'm cooking at the barbecue. So now it's getting late in the draft. A few rounds in, and I got my list of sleepers. So I yell out, the running back from Washington, whatever his name is. They all go, whoa, are you nuts? And I said, no, man, They got Brian Johnson out of there. They don't really have a running back.
Brian Robinson.
He's gone. Like, they're going to do some shit, right? Oh, he's not even, we can't find him on the draft board. And I said, he's right here. Like, and meanwhile, I'm flipping burgers, rolling sausages, making sure that everything's good for the boys to eat. And I sit back down and I go, fuck yous all. When he becomes a freaking fantasy sleeper, you'll know it then. So, make a long story short. About a couple rounds later, Kyle Liberto, who's on there, who probably will come on our show, Kyle, we're going to talk to Andrew, says, Cruz, did you want the running back with the 3 names? I said, I drafted that guy. No, you didn't. His name is Michael McDaniels. The other guy's name was Crosby Merritt. I look down at my paper, and I look up, and I go, wait a second here. I didn't draft you. You already did. 3 rounds later, nothing you could do. There was a lot of old man senile, old man this and that. You know what I mean? So I want to let you guys know we had a fantastic time. I think your host did a good job, and you guys should all help me out. Because I thought I made it up until I held up my evidence and picked it up, and there in the sheet, what was his name? Something Crosby Merritt. Anyways, they said sit him this week in fantasy. That's all I know. But that's a world-class blunder at a fantasy table. After you've studied, after you've had your list in front of you, do I always seem to get names mixed up?
And it happens once or twice.
I've listened to our show.
Yeah.
Me and names don't always, I know who he is, don't always know his name.
There's a few of them that stand out more than others, but we'll just leave it at that.
Yes, it will, and that's my big blunder of fantasy. Anyway, right now, everybody's a fantasy football champion, and telling you how well the fantasy season's going for me so far, you should let everyone know I drafted Xavier Worthy.
Oof. Could have been worse. You could have drafted McCaffrey.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to play.
San Francisco make a comeback this year?
I still think so.
Okay, we'll wait.
They got Robinson.
Yeah,
they got the insurance policy.
Yes, yeah. And with that O-line.
There you go. Also, a big shout out to my buddy Massimo. I was in his league. We drafted Wednesday night. I had a much more successful draft that night. So
I see. No, look, but you guys are all 1 quarterback leagues, right?
That's a 1 quarterback league. The one I host is Superflex.
Okay,
so it's basically 2 quarterback.
At it is, yeah, because a lot of people have asked us, because the Pheasant Run football team, when we put it out there, we had 1 more vote. The only thing we got is an injury reserve on it.
I was shocked.
We finally did it after 18 years. Okay, we have an injury. Not that this league is the most hardcore league ever, and I want to congratulate us for continuing to play on week 18.
You guys are nuts.
That's going out to Matthew Johnny Cruz.
I tried to get a vote to lower our IRs from 2 to 1. I was voted down. So I took it.
Twice. That's weak. We never even had an IR, and you guys had 2 spots.
You
guys playing skirts? As Jack Lambert would say.
I exploited the rule, so I just IR stashed my last 2 picks because of that.
Yeah, that's the kind of
mix in,
yeah, that's the kind of shit you do. That's like backdoor. But anyways, everyone, good luck in fantasy, and we know we've already had a taste of NFL, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Could I do a quick shout out? Do you know Mr. Morgan Whalen was in town this week?
No.
Sold out the Dome 2 nights, bro.
Country's not my scene.
Not my scene anyway, but my son, Zachary Lee Cruz, who got a freebie courtesy of Mr. Cody McDonald. I don't want to give all the details. If you see his videos, go look on Sign. He was slapping hands with Morgan Whalen.
Front row, eh?
Front row. Not only that, the reason we're showing up, because I don't know any of the guy's music. My son made me play a song last night. Right. It was like a bad love song. Drinking and slapping and saying goodbye.
Oh, my God.
You know, that typical. But anyways, the guy was here for 2 nights. Absolutely sold out. The crowd energy was unbelievable. And once again, my son pointed out, these country guys come with players. The band was hot. But here's the cool thing. I want to bring it up. 2 nights he played in Toronto. He came out in jerseys both nights. You know what he wore? He wore...
I'm going to say Blue Jays because he's in the Dome.
The second night, Roy Halladay jersey.
Oh, wow.
First night, vintage Vince Carter purple Dino jersey.
Nice.
Huge shout out. I want to say thank for him for not putting on the Maple Leaf jersey. I'm so happy that he put on a Raptor jersey and a Blue Jays. Just pointing that out. Thank you, Morgan.
As long as it helps you sleep at night.
It made me sleep well. And by the way, Cody, big shout out, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but Morgan Whalen was golfing in Toronto yesterday before the show. He's a big sports guy.
All right.
Big shout out.
Big shout out to the Humber Hawks. They are back this season. Men's and women's soccer and baseball and softball commencing this weekend. Rugby and rugby sevens commencing next week. Although I don't know how many games I'll be able to do commentary for, since They have very few weekend home games this year, and I seem to be already having plans a lot of these home dates. So
Caca happens.
Yeah.
We should do a show at Humber.
I'm half expecting, well, I got to talk that over with my boss, but I'm half expecting my boss to have a conversation like, what are you doing here now?
Okay.
Since you can barely work, so we'll see how that goes.
Shouldn't you talk? We should have a show at Humber since we promote him so much before you're persona non grata.
We'll
Just saying.
I don't know. We'll see.
You'll never be persona non grata.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Big shout out. Ken Dryden died of cancer, throat cancer last night, age 78, the Hockey Hall of Famer, and former president and GM of the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Damn right. I was just telling you off air that team with Ken Dryden in his rookie season, that's what made me the disciple of the Montreal Canadiens that I was. Stole the series from the Boston Bruins, and of course the famous Game 7 against Chicago, and won the Stanley Cup before he won Rookie of the Year. Mm-hmm. Probably never happen again.
Yeah.
But imagine that. He won the Conn Smythe and then won Rookie of the Year. 6 Stanley Cups in the Hall of Fame. And as a diehard Hab guy, I think he's only about the 5th best goalie that played for the Montreal Canadiens. Can I preface who I'm saying?
Why do you always gotta go negative when someone dies?
No, I don't. I'm just saying that. I think that he was great, but if we're going to talk about him as disciple of the Montreal Canadiens, let's put him in the hierarchy. He won 6 cups and all those Vezinas. Don't get me wrong. And you know what he was great about? Because I'm not like knocking him down. You know what Ken Dryden was great at? Making the right save at the right time. Because sometimes Montreal would be all over a team and the guy would come down on a breakaway and Dryden would stop it at the right time. But I'm just saying that we were talking about this previously before. God bless Ken Dryden, and it won't be negative. But we've also had St. Patrick. We had Carey Price. We had Jacques Plante. And I guess that's where Mr. Dryden would fall in there, somewhere around there. But he's one of our greats of all time. And condolences to his family and a great life. Read his books. You ever read his books?
No, I haven't.
I've got one here if you want to take it home. But his description of how you get prepared and what hockey's all about is unbelievable. God bless Ken Dryden.
Another unfortunate shout out here. Canadian character actor Graham Greene died this week.
Yeah.
Dead 73. Aboriginal actor. Won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actor for Dances with Wolves. Also known for The Green Mile. He's in the Twilight movies and was a recurring character on the Red Green Show.
Yes, he was. And he was good on that, too.
Yeah.
Very good. God bless him and his family. A great Canadian icon.
Yes, sir.
You know, great Canadian icon.
You may not know him by name, but you've definitely seen him.
You know who he is. Oh, yeah, definitely. Condolences to his family, too. He lived a long life.
73.
Oh, I thought he lived older. Shit. I thought he was 83.
No.
Oh, boo. Boo.
One more shout out that I have. The Toronto Indy moving to Markham next summer.
That's cool. I hope they keep it there permanently.
I mean, the track downtown is fucking shit. So.
Okay, so like they could do something really cool. They got a space out there, I heard. There's a space out there. Next year they can put a good track in there and seating and arrangements. Good for Markham. Everything doesn't have to be downtown Toronto. Last time I checked, Markham's in the GTA.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So good to Markham.
Yeah, very cool.
I got to be shouting out to everybody that's already signed up for the MCM next Saturday. Everybody knows a Memorial Golf Tournament in my son's name.
How many years have you?
This is year number 4.
Wow.
Year number 4. I know that the details are online. Kevin Pick, my son, Tanya, Freeman and Jenna, you guys have done an amazing job of pulling this all together. And, of course, Wade with the busload coming. But if anyone hasn't been out there to register, they're still asking questions because I know what you're all going to do. A bunch of people are going to show up and throw money at Pick. But he's an accountant. He can handle that shit, can he? So if you've got anything else out there, Pick, I love you. You know that. Thanks for getting my picks in. But anyways, next Saturday, we're going to be a great day. MCM at Granite Ridge out Milton.
All right. Any more shout-outs?
This is the anti-shout-out of the week, and I got to say this because this is putting a period on something we got to just put a period of sentence on, okay? So what I really want to do is I want to call out the people like on Overdrive, the Toronto Star, beat reporters, some of the people on The Athletic. But if you notice this week, Mitch Marner tried to have an interview about why he left Toronto.
Well, he did have an interview, not tried to have an interview.
Okay, whatever the case may be. Now, so that's the first thing. Oh, Marner is a terrible interview. So what? He's a good hockey player. So first thing we got to hear is he's such a terrible interview. Number 1. Number 2, glossed over the fact I know his dad's been a bit of a problem. But
a lot of people in his camp have been a problem.
Okay, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to do. The bottom line is the reason that he's out of town is because of losing first. Let's get to that. It's because of losing. However, this guy who is a local boy.
That's debatable, but.
He's gone because you're losing, and I'll tell you why. Everyone loved Mitch Marner. Everyone hated Mitch Marner. The first thing they said, he's a bad interview. They said, oh, all those idiots that did his family.
That's not the first thing they said.
Okay, wait. They've been dragging his dick in the dirt since the last playoffs. And now they're making up shit. Oh, well, Tavares scored more goals.
It's been longer than that.
Okay, let's just talk about Overdrive, the number one show that talks about hockey in the city, bar none. Look at the panel. They got a goalie on there, so I question that. But that's another story. No, Noodles, you're great. Bottom line is, these guys say, oh, it's what the fans say. Oh, it's what the people say. You're ones that are promoting it. The guy in the Athletic, the guy in Toronto Star. All you guys did was drag Marner's dick in the dirt after he played his ass off for his team. He happened to be in the wrong hierarchy when the contracts came up, and someone had to swallow the sword, and it was him and Brendan Shanahan. So in my opinion, I want to say three things to those people that drag Marner's dick in the dirt for the last year, and are still insulting the man as he's left town. So you're listening, all you guys, Overdrive, Toronto Star, Athletic, fuck you, and fuck you. As a matter of fact, what you guys have done is now I'm going to be probably jumping on the I'm going on the hating the Maple Leafs thing. That's why I'm so glad Waylon wasn't here. I hope he's the curse of the Bambino or the black cat that ran across the New York Mets.
You won't be
win
so
the
lucky.
Stanley Cup for the rest of my life. And you know what? I hope that you guys don't even make the playoffs. God bless Mitch Marner. All right? And fuck everybody in the city that beat on the guy. He's going to score 100 points. Wait to get the Stanley Cup. He's right around the ice in Vegas.
You want to hear my prediction?
Nah.
He's never going to win a cup with Vegas.
Anyways, Mitch, I hope you hear this, and all you other, I didn't even watch him for the rest of the week, none of them shows. Never looked at nothing. I said, how can you do that to the guy? They're saying one thing, and then just bashing the fuck out of the guy. It was okay the nights when he got him, oh, he's a good regular season player. Oh, Nylander came first, Austin came, then him. Think about when the contracts came. Nobody says nothing about Riley, and they're all kissing John Tavares' ass, who's in the same position.
I wouldn't say that
so
about
I would
Riley.
just go, okay, but so Marner is the scapegoat. And I just think that it's
part
awful.
of that is the way how him and his team have handled stuff.
I'm saying I should be about his performance on the ice. And he was a damn good hockey player.
Not just, you can't just isolate that,
Do you think they should run him out of town like that and say they really didn't?
I am saying that sometimes...
You were running him out of town.
I'm saying that sometimes mommy and daddy don't have the best relationship, and everyone's happier if they get divorced.
You're running him out of town, too. Let's go back and check the tapes.
Because we'll have cap space for McDavid this summer.
We'll get to that in the hockey coming. Okay, we'll just put in that back pocket. In any event, that's my last shout out. I don't care what anyone says because everywhere on the street, I poke people about Marner. I haven't heard one person in this city say anything good about the guy. Why is that?
Well, maybe you poking them had something to do with it.
I just asked him a question. We're going to get your 100 points next year. Fuck Marner. Whoa, what? I would never be like that. Montreal Canadian fans have much more pizzazz than anything the Leafs have done.
Thinking it's the 1970s, you mean?
No, we're the last one to win a Stanley Cup, bro. Let's cut to the chase.
And you guys act like it's 1978.
We won in the 90s. When did you guys win? You weren't
67, I know.
Yeah, okay, so
but you guys act like you're in the 70s still.
Didn't we make a bet on who's going to win the Stanley Cup first?
It's going to be the Leafs when McDavid's in town.
We'll see.
Who's going to win, your number 2 center as your top center?
No, he's evolved. Players evolved. He's evolved into a number 1. You know what I mean? You have to respect the fact.
Delusion's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Was Tom Brady better in his 3rd and 4th and 5th years than he was in his 1st year?
You're comparing Nick Suzuki to Tom Brady.
I'm just saying the evolution of a player.
You're comparing him to Tom Brady.
No, not even the same galaxy. He hasn't won anything.
Okay, then take Brady out of it.
Okay, so let's say the evolution of Patrick Kane. Patrick
Kane won Rookie of the Year out of the gate.
Suzuki was in the running. I'm trying to think of somebody else. I will say Nick Suzuki's number 1 center now. I will say the evolution of
history.
No, because I always said he was the number 2. We'd be better with a number 2 center. I'm the first guy. I will cop to that.
Your words were he's too small to be a number 1 center.
That's what I thought. But you know what? I didn't realize he's got the Crosby from the waist down. Learned from Gallagher, so I'm good. Wait till
now we're comparing him to Crosby.
No, I'm just saying size-wise. But anyways, here's the deal. when we get to going this year, I can't wait till we talk about the Habs being the surprise of the season and the Leafs. Oh my God, what's going on?
Montreal's a playoff bubble team.
But when we talk about the Leafs by American Thanksgiving and the city's in panic and they're as gnarly as I am today, I can't wait.
Leafs are going to win the division this year again.
Okay.
Anything else for shout-outs?
I think I shouted enough.
We'll move this to the NFL, where I have a question, Cruz.
Yo.
I guess I'll pose it like this. If I was an NFL coach, I'd go for 2 every time. Why don't coaches do that more?
Because if you don't, it could screw up the score. See, sometimes you go for the 2 points just so you can get the chance to get the field goal later and get ahead. But percentage-wise, it's been proven with all the guys going for 2. Like some guy did a stat on Pro Football, whatever. Check it out. The percentages of winning when you continuously go for 1 is higher than those chances you take the 2. Yeah, something like that. It's not appreciably higher. What it does is give you the opportunity to do something like if your kicker misses a kick, you can bring your point back. Yeah. Or if you're in a situation where it's like you're down by 9 or down by 8, go for the 2 and bring it back. So that's basically what it is. But all the old school people say it is over a percentage-wise. I'm going to research that before the next show, but I do believe kicking the single point consistently equals more wins on the ledger at the end of the year. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. I like going for 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens is the Lions did it one game last year. Twice we went for 2. We missed it both times. We going down the field, we were down by 4. So we didn't get a chance. Now, if we had to kick those 2 points, we would have been in 2 and had a chance for a field goal to win the game. That's what you got to say. And when you decide to do it is huge. You know what I mean?
Of course.
You know what I mean? So would you go for 2 more?
Yeah, 100%.
I'm glad aggressive. I'm glad they go on 4th down more, which I thought for years they should be trying to, which was like, oh no, what if they stop you? Well, what if they stop you? What if you get it? My boy, Hampton got a couple 4th downs last night. I was happy with that.
If it's short yardage or like you're in the red zone or like anywhere in the like past your half of the field, like why not go for it on 4th down?
And you know, when I was younger, it wouldn't come in because they called that a gimmick play in college. Think about that back in the day. Like what? But then they were saying about the kicker thing. I don't know, but
I know less kicking in football is better, I think, is what I'm getting
I don't mind, and I don't have a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and speaking of kicking, but we'll get to the whole thing. Is that the one time the Charger guy kicked it at the end zone on the new 35-yard line? What did Mahomes do? 2 passes and a field goal. They didn't even have to do much, and they had a field goal. So you want to keep that ball in play. That's kicking.
Oh, exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I guess before we get to the NFL action that we had a couple games so far, Amari Cooper retires less than 2 weeks after coming back with the Raiders. That was a bit of an odd piece of news, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Huh? What? You just signed. I remember in the clip. You're watching shit and the other thing. Like, Amari Cooper signs.
I think it's probably a mix of Cooper being like, I don't quite got it anymore, and also looking around being like, I don't think this team's got it.
So what do you think he's going to do? Unsign like at Christmas time when they need a wide receiver and jump to another team?
No, I think part of it's that he thinks he doesn't have it either. So he's just like...
He's only 30 years old.
I mean, if you're a guy that relies on your speed, though, sometimes you don't have the legs like that, right?
I agree. The other factor I will take into consideration is that, like you say, wear and tear on a guy. He was a number 1 in a couple places. I thought he was going to be a bigger wide receiver than he was, but he was very good. But it shocked the shit out of me. I think he's 30. 31. Yeah. I thought there was still mileage in that on those legs. But anyway, to what would you say, an in-between career?
Yeah.
He was All-Pro twice, I believe.
Yeah, had some good seasons with the Raiders and the Cowboys.
Yeah, he had a couple seasons because he was number 1 for Dak and one of Dak's huge years. So that's just weird. You know what? We don't know what's in a player's mind.
No.
We haven't seen his bank account?
No.
So there you go.
But, of course, Thursday we had the opener, Eagles, Cowboys in Philadelphia. And the piece of news that stole the headlines, Jalen Carter ejected before even 1 snap for spitting on Dak Prescott. Just got completely baited into that, didn't he?
100%. I mean, that's a high school stupid rule. Dak got away with one, but that's every sport.
He didn't spit on him, though.
Well, whatever happened, I don't know. But everybody know Prescott was the instigator. We'll never know because, great thing about football, what's on the field stays on the field. So we'll really not know what happened. But Jalen Carter, that was like a kindergarten first day at school. I don't like the kid beside me bullshit. And do you know what? Did you notice how it took away from the whole complexion of the game immediately? Because it affected their pass rush.
Yep.
Philadelphia had 5 new starters, which they weren't talking about a lot.
6, wasn't it?
6, whatever the case may be. But I will give Philadelphia credit. by the second half, they had adjusted.
Yes.
Because in the beginning, CeeDee Lamb's going to have a monster year. Monster. That's one of the best secondaries in the league, by the way, even though there was no pass rush on him because Jalen Carter wasn't there. It took them all to get a pass rush. But CeeDee Lamb had, 7 for 111? I think it's got it down here. Yeah, whatever it was. CD 7 for 110. He was just, every time you looked, he was open, and Zach missed him once, and once went through his hand. So his numbers could have been bigger.
At the end of the game.
Yeah, so he just looked unbelievable. And this running back on Dallas, because I thought they didn't have no running game. This Javonte Williams guy.
They have a good O-line, though.
They have a pretty damn good O-line. So the kid was so he could be, if nobody's got him on fantasy, I'm sure somebody's got to pick him up or already had him.
I think he was drafted in both my leagues.
I don't know if he was drafted. I was thinking about it, but I'm not a Cowboy guy.
I think all the RB1s went in my leagues.
Yeah, but was he an RB1 at the time? Was he rated as that?
Well, just look at the depth chart.
Well, that's what you have to be. There was a lot of guessing going on in Dallas, but that's a good thing. The bottom line is Dallas came out and played, considering that's a huge rival on the road, banner night in Philadelphia. I think they composed themselves pretty well. You know what I mean? And it's going to be interesting because the very next game, Dallas will be 1-1 because they're playing the Giants. So they should.
You would think.
So the crazy thing is what we got next week is, which is great scheduling. Okay, Philadelphia won last night, and the last thing I want to say about this, he didn't
2
get
nights
his,
ago.
2 nights ago. Okay, he didn't get to his wide receivers as much as he should have. Maybe good pass rush by Dallas, better than expected. However, why are people picking on Jalen Hurts all the time? Like, what has he done? Is he the Mitch Marner of Philadelphia? Like, really, what has he done? He's been.
I think there's a little bit of a race component with that too.
I don't know. I don't want
Lamar. Come on.
I think that's out of there. If that shouldn't be
the
brought
guys
up.
always pick on black quarterbacks, though.
I think that should not even. They don't pick on Patrick Mahomes
because he's half white.
Okay.
Just saying.
Interesting. I'm glad you're holding the race thing down on here because I usually get in trouble for it. But that's another story. First of all,
I met a bunch of people that have said shit about black quarterbacks. I'm like, ooh.
Well, I told you my favorite story. I mean, my sad story.
Michigan one, yeah,
the Michigan one. So I grew up in that, but I try to look at it out of the way because I go to the Morgan Freeman take on this. If we keep talking about it, never going to go away. So let's just take these guys for merit. You know what I mean? And I don't understand why Jalen Hurts takes. The guy's been in 5 championship games. 5.
He's unreal.
And the only thing that they take away from him is the 2 in the national championship game. That seems to haunt him. I think that should have gone behind him. He's been to 2 Super Bowls, could have won both.
He's got a ring.
He's got a ring, and he's an MVP in the Super Bowl. If I need a quarterback, I'm going to call up Jalen. I'll pick him up at the airport. I'm just saying I don't understand. And look, he rushed for 69 yards. He had enough, he knew when to run, when to go. So, and Philadelphia won the game kind of going away. They got sloppy in the first half because Jalen Carter screwed up the whole defensive
No, the second
scheme.
half, it was a lot tighter.
Yeah, it was like they went in.
The defenses were ready to go.
Yeah. So that bodes well for what I'm saying last night, which was I was screaming way before the season started. Chargers!
Oh, so you're going to last night's game, Chiefs and
Anything
Chargers
else you want to say
São
about
Paolo.
the Philadelphia-Dallas game?
It was a tale of 2 halves. I mean, first half was like run and gun, and then second half was a lot tighter. I mean, the lightning delay probably had a little bit to do with that as well.
Oh, yeah, I slowed it down. I forgot to bring that up. You know what I liked about it? Because I'm still saying on Sunday, I'm already worried about this. Remember I was saying I was worried about the first 3 weeks, the sloppiness of the games? Well, I found that the penalties were low, and both games were highly entertaining.
I don't know. There's a lot of flags against Philly.
Oh, yeah, in the beginning, but in second half, they were cleaning it up.
I guess.
And you notice in the Kansas City, San Diego game, there was a few flags there, but when they showed the replay, those were, you got to call those. You know what I mean? So I thought the 2 games, that's just a small sample size of week 1 because we got to see a whole bunch of teams that aren't this good because I was expecting sloppier football and the games were far more exciting than they were. But they're hyped games too.
Of course, prime time.
Yeah.
The first 2 games of the season, right?
Yes.
Last night was a game that I wasn't quite as locked in on because I was watching the tennis match, but we had Chiefs and Chargers in São Paulo, Brazil.
Okay, I've been to São Paulo, dangerous city, but I sent you the picture.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was supposed to go down and meet some boys and have some drinks at a place I didn't want to go to, so I'm not going to say where, but I was sitting here with
Is it an American city?
Could be. In any event, I had my guitar in my hand, and I had a fatty, and I was watching the tennis. Next thing you know, football came on. I'm watching the Jays, and if you could explain to people, I am spoiled.
Oh, the famous 4-screen setup.
I was sitting on this chair playing my guitar going, with 25 beers in the fridge.
Why move?
I didn't. But in any event, great festive thing. I just want to say one thing about halftime, and you're going to hate me for this, but as soon as I knew that this halftime show was coming in Brazil, I said it would be represented by ass.
It's represented by titties, too.
It was there.
I saw the pineapples.
I just, right away, I said, Brazil ain't woke. As soon as it started, I said, oh, gee, I'm surprised at this type of, I think they brought in the boys.
I know what wokeness has to do with any of that.
Whatever. It's Brazil. They do what they want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was a good spectacle.
Yeah.
And you know what I thought? I'm not always big on national anthems, but the girls saying the national anthem was pretty cool. Brazil, kind of a cool thing, but let's digress. I am of the belief that the Kansas City Chiefs will not win this division, but they may be a wild card, and they showed a lot of holes last night.
It's the first game.
Okay, and I agree getting there, but I'm glad that streak ended about 17 games won by one score.
Yeah.
I will say this.
Maybe that's a little bit of a good thing for them.
Yes, get it out of the way. I will say this about them. I still believe that Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL.
I agree.
And some of the things he did last night that were old school, lost Xavier Worthy, who they game planned around, 3 plays in?
Some of the plays that he made, too, were incredible.
Oh, yeah. He had a couple fastballs, a couple backdoor sliders.
Makes a pass while being tackled down. That was amazing.
Oh, that was a great play. And you know, the umphies got on it as he's going down. And they did allude to, finally, like they don't say it often, but one of the, Rich Eisen brought up, remember his dad was a baseball player, was a starting pitcher in the NFL, who's bigger than him, too, when you ever see him. But I think Mahomes is great.
Kelsey had his longest receiving touchdown in like 3 years.
And that's the longest one he's going to have all year.
Maybe.
Okay.
I mean, they shouldn't have been left out wide open. I don't know how that happened.
That was a breakdown.
Yeah.
Obvious breakdown on there because they couldn't get to Kelsey. They tried to get to him 2 or 3 times and the ball got knocked away. He did get a couple first down, but what were his numbers? It wasn't for that big play.
Yeah.
His numbers would have been nothing. What did he get? 4 receptions for 70 yards and 50 on one, whatever.
It's a decent fantasy night.
Oh yeah, you'll take it, especially when you got the Tutty going with it. You know what I'm saying? But I thought the old line was okay. I thought the rookie kid they got from Ohio State, he's a beast. That Simmons guy made a couple mistakes, but then so did my guy Hampton. When he didn't stay in bounds, missed a block on one play. But I mean, that's the kid. He's going to be just fine. But I thought that San Diego on both sides of the ball.
LA Chargers.
Oh, yeah. My son said that. Dad, stop saying San Diego. It makes you sound old. In any event, the Chargers, Herbert, whatever. I'm seeing him in the names. I've been saying to you, I said in the NFL preview, look out for this. It's only one game.
You almost said San Diego again.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking of Dan Fouts and Kellen Winslow. Right? It must sound like
now you're really sounding old.
Yeah, well, that's just the way it is. But it's interesting as your schedule goes, how you're going to be looked at and how you're going to be perceived. So look at this. They've already beat Kansas City. They got Vegas next week in Vegas. They were technically on the road last night, and it was a more pro.
I thought that was a L.A. home game.
It was supposed to be it is an L.A. home ground.
It's technically a Chargers home game.
But that crowd was pro KC. You could hear it.
Sure.
Like they're way more pro KC. So they've already gone through all of that nonsense. And what do? They get next Monday night, they get Vegas in Vegas. Do you think they're going to be intimidated going into Vegas? And we're not going to see. We got to see what they do the first
Likely
game.
not. Vegas, they're going to be a vibes team, but I think.
Okay, so there you go. So I'm saying this already. Already the season is interesting from this perspective. It's looking like me personally is going to believe Chargers are going to start off 2-0. As a matter of fact, after that, it's going to be...
But it's a road game still, division road game.
Yeah, then they got, 2 of the 3 of their biggest games right off the start of the season. Their third game of the year is against Denver at home. So it's always good to look ahead at what's going to go on because I think last night and Thursday night meant more to the schedule in the long run than people often realize. When you get to 12, we did this with that.
It's football. There's so few games. Every game is
Every
huge.
matter.
Yeah.
The biggest outliers, Cincinnati losing to New England last year. Early in the year, what it cost them, a playoff spot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you got to look at it from that
perspective. They lost at
perspective.
home to the Patriots, too.
Yes. With, Drake May looked pretty good that day, I guess, but there was no defense out there for him to go against. But I think that Denver when they get there, because there's a good possibility that the Denver Broncos are going to be 2-0. Because look at the opening of their schedule. Who do they have? They're at Seattle. No, that was last year.
No.
Sorry.
San Francisco's at Seattle this weekend.
They got Tennessee at home, and they're going to Indianapolis. That's a 2-0.
Could very well be.
So it's already looking like, if you really look at the season, always remember this, because we're all losing our minds. I can't wait till you show the logo for the show. It's so badass. But we're all football nuts. Sunday morning's going to feel like Christmas Day. Okay, and
Sunday's going to be a great sports day.
Oh, well.
All the football. We got the Monza Grand Prix and then the U.S. Open final.
Yes. You know where I'll be. But you know what I'll do? I'll PVR a bunch of shit, not watch, and then see it all later just so I can watch football.
Oh, we got time.
Gee, time's a beautiful thing. But in any event, my point being on this football thing is this. It's because I'm such a junkie. I am a junkie. I got to order my Sunday ticket today. Mama's already yelling at me. But how significant the games are and how significant they really aren't in this perspective. We had a Philadelphia team that had 6 new starters. Things look shaky in the beginning because they lost a guy in the first play. You don't think this is going to be a different team next week, except for one fact. Jalen Carter should get another game. Should get more than one game, in my opinion.
Yeah, they haven't announced anything.
No, they haven't yet. So they're going to say because of the Dak baiting thing, he was out for the whole game. Shouldn't that be enough? I don't know. And I like Jalen Carter.
He's going to get a hefty fine, too, I imagine.
Oh, he'll have to. Oh, the fine's going to be in there. The fine's going to be like, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 6 figures. They'll make like that. And I like Jalen Carter. I've always liked the guy. I think he's a great, great football player. He got baited. You were stupid. But when you're that stupid, you got to take the punishment. So one game, that was on national TV to start the football season before they played it down. So the Shield's just going to say, he made a childish mistake? I don't know.
That's
I haven't
unlikely.
heard anything that's what I'm saying. So if there's some extra game in this, I'm not going to, if they don't do it, okay, then the owners all got together and said, okay, it was a kid mistake. Because we don't know what goes on behind back doors, but we'll talk about that owners later.
True.
But we don't always know when they make the calls. Okay, no, that was one game. Because they know they got a bunch of guys that are just as crazy as Jalen Carter. Is that the way to look at it?
I guess, but
I completely, when I seen it, I went, buddy. Because I seen that and I go, and first of all, what did what's his name? What's his name said right away?
Mike Tirico?
Mike Tirico, right away said, I think that's...
they spit on it.
He goes, that's a non-sports, that could be a game.
Yeah, at first you're wondering, what happened? Then they say spitting.
Tirico was on it immediately.
And then you see it, immediately on the camera, the little, wad of spit. You're like, ooh.
Oh, no, Tirico was on it. Well, that's why he's so good. Because he called game out of the game. And I went, whoa, wait. So meanwhile, me and my stupid PVR, I'm rewinding. Why do I got to watch a guy spit twice? I don't know. Sometimes I'm gnarly and stupid. But definitely change the outlook of the game. And I'm really wondering if there's going to be a continued punishment. Because in my opinion, something like that's, you know what I mean? If you say the F word or the N word, you're getting a couple games. What's more derogatory? Spitting on a man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we're going to put it in the equation, how it's going to be. But anyway, let's hope we don't have to talk about any of those type of incidents in the NFL for the rest of the year.
Hopefully not. Anything else before we get to our picks against the spread?
I really like that they didn't go on Jerry Jones too much during the game, because I think this guy took enough abuse this week about being on the Stephen A show and then the agent coming on First Take. Someone's lying. Didn't sound like the agent.
Oh, what do you mean? Dallas just need to get better against the run.
Oh, yeah. Who am I? I know nothing about football, do I? And Kenny Clark, man, he's only on the back 9 of his career. No, the back 3.
Ready for this picks?
Of course I am. I was born ready. This is, you know what? People say week 1, how tough it's going to be. I'm going to prove to you it's not. My big mistake already was taking Philadelphia with the points. I wasn't even paying attention. I was an idiot. But anyways, continue.
All right, first up, Miami at Indianapolis. Indianapolis favored by 1.5 at home. I'm on the Colts.
I'm on the Colts too. But here's the deal. Maybe I should change my mind. Do you know the Colts have not won on opening day since maybe you were in high school? Chance you got to take.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it's 2013, but I'm liking the Colts at home.
Pittsburgh at the Jets. Pittsburgh favored by 2.5 on the road. I'm on the Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers, too. Dangerous pick, though, with Justin Fields starting. Both of those
against his they're both playing their former teams. So.
Yeah.
Carolina at Jacksonville. Jacksonville favored by 3.5 at home. I think it's going to be a lot worse than that. I'm on Jacksonville.
I'm on Jacksonville, too.
Arizona at the Saints. Arizona favored by 6.5 on the road. I'm on the Cardinals. I think they smack them.
I do too, but that's a division game home opener in New Orleans. Crazy ass crowd. What's the spread?
6.5.
Going up against I think Arizona's going to win the game.
You're on the Saints though?
I think them or Indianapolis are going to get the first round draft choice. So, oh my God. I think I'm going to take the Saints and the points.
All right. I think the Giants are contenders for last place, too. And they go into Washington for their season opener. Washington favored by 6.5 at home. I'm on the Commanders.
Got to.
Give me the commies.
They got to. You got to take that. You can't, even though if you don't want to, it's just one of the number one picks of the week. That's a survivor pick.
Yeah. Tampa Bay at Atlanta. Tampa Bay is favored by 1.5 on the road. I think this game is going to be a shootout, but Tampa Bay is going to pull it out. Give me the Bucks.
I'm saying that Atlanta's got to show they're for real. They're going to do it at home in the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
No, they're going to be this year's Cincinnati. And speaking of Cincinnati, they go into Cleveland, and they are favored by 5.5 on the road. Give me the home dog. I'm on the Browns.
Cincy all day.
Okay. Las Vegas at New England. New England's favored by 2.5 at home. Give me the Pats.
Just because of the Brable factor, and who's the quarterback for them?
Drake May.
No, Geno Smith.
Geno Smith for the Raiders.
Should be interesting, but I'm taking New England.
San Francisco at Seattle. San Francisco's favored by 1.5 on the road. Give me the home dog. I like Seattle.
I like Seattle too, especially with the CMC situation.
Yes, sir. Although, like we said, they got their insurance policy.
Yeah, Brian Robb. Yep. He could have a big game.
Tennessee at Denver. Denver's favored by 8.5 at home. Big spread. I don't care. Tennessee sucks. Give me the Broncos.
And they got a rookie quarterback, too.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Against one of the best defenses in the league and Mile High. Ooh, no. Got to take Denver.
God bless Cam Ward. Detroit's at Green Bay.
Smashing them.
Green Bay's favored by 1.5 on the road, or at home, rather. I'm going to take Detroit on the road.
Thank you very much. I'm going to take that, too, because I can't wait to Sewell Pancakes Mika. Welcome to Micah, whatever. He's going to be called Kaka by the end of the game. Just remember that. I can't wait till we crush them. You know what's going to be? You know what's going to just shock everybody? The Detroit defense, because we had none by the end of the last season. All these guys are back.
Now.
All the guys are back. The linebackers are back. The other guy at the end, the defensive tackle. We're going to come, like, you're going, whoa, where did this Detroit defense come from? You heard it here first, not that I'm biased. Full disclosure.
Houston at the Rams. Rams favored by 3.5 at home. I'm on LA.
I have to, but that's going to be maybe the game of the day. Is that a 4:00 game?
Yes, it is.
Great. That's going to be a game. Stafford better be ready because I already said who my defensive player of the year is going to be, and he's on the other side of the ball. He is. So,
the Sunday nighter, Baltimore at Buffalo. Baltimore's favored by 1.5 on the road. I don't know how. Give me the home dog. Bills all day.
I'm taking the Bills. And I'm also taking Chicago Monday night at home versus Minnesota.
Whoa, so Minnesota at Chicago. Minnesota favored by 1.5 on the road. I'm on Minnesota. You're on Chicago.
Rookie quarterback. First time starting.
Well, he's not
Monday
really
night football. Rookie. Never seen these lights before.
And Caleb Williams, anything special?
I never said, but he's already been there. Being there is a little bit better than not being there, so to speak. So, anyways,
I'm not drinking the Caleb Kool-Aid.
Neither am I, but Chicago and their defense on the first night with a rookie quarterback, I think they can win by a field goal. I think there's going to be no scoring in that game. I'm taking the under.
All right.
I wonder what it is. I think it's only 40 anyway.
By the way, I found out why the Washington Commanders have such a terrible name.
Why?
Because there was a guy, I believe he was in Virginia. He basically bought the trademarks for a lot of, good Washington team names. And then I guess they're going, fuck you, we're not going to pay you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which is stupid. Commanders is such a bad name. When your nickname is the Commies, you have a problem.
Okay, so let's just tell the truth here. I don't want to get into the indigenous file at all, but there's a group of people from, Wisconsin, Illinois, West Virginia, Oh, I forget the other state. What's next to Washington? Because they're not a state. Next to Baltimore, Ohio. All these indigenous chiefs got together before the season to put forth a petition that they want the Redskins name to come back because they want to commemorate the art that was created for the Washington Commanders was supposedly an indigenous person. Interesting, isn't it?
But when your name is a slur, that's a problem.
I'm not going there. I'm just saying when I thought that the indigenous people of America...
That's a PR stunt, though.
I felt that way, too. Because I'm hoping they have a custard day one day. Let's remember what happened to Custard, that bastard.
Oh.
Yeah, why don't they celebrate that day? I've always thought that's when I learned history. I go,
General Custer?
Yeah, they should have a national, hey, let's remember this piece of shit. Okay? God bless the indigenous people. He got his. He got his. That's all that matters.
Yeah, and like in the Mr. President down there in the States is threatening to block the stadium unless they change it back to Redskins. It's so
another publicity stupidity.
It's ridiculous.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
We're 2025.
That's the way she goes, I guess. Anything else for football?
No, but I'm really looking forward to Sunday. Anybody got any hot picks? Let me know.
You can send those my way as well.
Yeah, we're not proud here.
No. We'll move this over to Major League Baseball and the Toronto Blue Jays, where Hoffman blows one again on Saturday. But Toronto comes up with the big series win against Cincinnati with a 12-9 and 13-9 wins to close out that series. Absolutely huge. And we beat the Yankees in the Bronx last night, game 1. Okay. Kevin Gausman, a shining star in that one.
Okay. Well, we're going to get to that in a minute. Let's talk about the Blue Jays quickly. Never worry about Vladdy. Vladdy went, he was having a little problem, the hamstring problem. He went 3 for 17 or something. Let's not talk about Vladdy anymore. Be nice to Bo. Be nice to Bo.
That's where I was going next.
Be nice to Bo.
I got to be nice when we have 4 of the top 7 batters in the American League.
Oh, I know that. They all might eclipse 300, which is amazing.
Yeah, we might have 4 300 hitters. It's very possible.
Which 300 hitter might not even win the batting title in the NL this year. It's that close. But in any event,
so?
Yes. And the other statement I want to make now, let's put this week in perspective. Last night was freaking amazing. Best case scenario. And I told you in pre-production, we win one game in this series, we're good. Now let's take more.
Let's win the series.
Oh, you always want to win the series? Oh, come on. Sweep is, I'm greedy and gnarly. Let's kick those Bronx fucks. I don't give a shit about that. But I said this before, and I'm going to hold on to it now. How can Gausman not be our first game starter? Sorry, bro.
I'm worried about Gausman throwing a stinker, though, in game 1.
Look at his last 12 starts. He's locked in. He's beside Scherzer. You got a chance to go for the ring. It's wide open in baseball like it's never been.
Although, I will say, I'd rather have him as a game 1 starter than Barrios anywhere near the rotation.
Okay, we'll talk about Barrios in a second because I don't know what happened to him. He's such a gamer in good shape. His
looks
arm,
like he's gassed.
Yeah, exactly, which is a drag, but the rotation's going to go fine. I can't have Scherzer. I'll have Scherzer for game 2. But look at Scherzer the other night against Cincinnati. He didn't look like anything special, and he's old, and he's got to wait to get there, but he's got the guile to do it. What really, think about this, though. We scored 25 runs in 2 games, and we were sweating both games. What's going on here? But there's a great shining light in that. Bieber got rocked in the second.
Yeah.
Went 6. That's what you want. So he is our game 2 starter. He just keeps going the way he is. We're good. It's going to be who's the number 3 starter. So I think it'll probably be Scherzer because of his guile.
I agree.
But if Gausman's not our first game starter, bro, I've been saying it for a while now. After last night, you went into the Bronx. Crowd was insane. Did you hear them at the beginning? They were wanting to eat Blue Jays, and we pooped all over them. Now, I'm not.
And the Jays are first in the American League somehow, despite all their issues.
We're going to discuss the leaking car called the Detroit Tigers in a minute. But bottom line is,
everyone, this is just the weirdest Major League season because everyone except for Milwaukee seems to have their moments of like leaking oil.
And you know what? Milwaukee's not over the hump because we didn't take advantage of the fact that their bullpen's a little bit,
Yeah, but they're going to be the only team that even sniffs 100 wins.
We may, but I doubt it.
We're on pace for 93, 94.
Yeah.
That's
I
going
don't
to be
even
tough
know.
for us to...
the Brewers got some tough series going down the stretch, but I still think they're probably, in their entirety, they are the best team in baseball. We lost 2 or 3, but didn't I tell you, don't worry about Sunday? We're going to win on Sunday for sure.
Yeah.
And we should have won on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, because of Hoffman.
Yes, you know what I mean? Who blew it up. So we were right in the mix there. I just was a little concerned when you score 25 runs and you sweat in 2 games just to win them. You know, you're going to the next, oh, God, who's coming out? So
yeah, that was one of those, like, those 2 nights I was, like, checking the score, being like, oh, Mom, they're up, like, it's like, oh, it's 8-6. Oh, it's 10-8 now. It's like, what the hell's going on?
And you know what's great? Because we came back from that 5-0 hole,
yeah,
which shows a lot of moxie for the team. The Jays are doing some little shit that people aren't talking about that's going to help us in the playoffs, like leaving Berger in against the lefties, because you know if they come in all of a sudden the quick switch like last night, they went right to a lefty, but didn't platoon him out too quickly because if Berger's going to be an everyday player next year, he's got to start facing lefties sooner or later.
Yeah, there you go.
And the experience now with them having the lead, you know what I'm saying? And look at, I don't want to say anything bad about the guy because you think that I'm negative. He did a good interview on Intentional Talk this week, but our boy Varsho, love his defense. Love his defense.
His bat's been here too this year.
His bat's been just fine, but I'm telling you, did you see him last night? Bro, that's what scares me. But he's going to catch one. Just hope it's not like we're losing 7-2 and he gets a home run that ain't worth nothing. It's the home run that means something.
I'm calling it. He's going to hit a big home run in the playoffs.
I sure hope he does, and he deserves it. You know, he's a good guy. You know, he plays hard, he works hard, but some of his bats have been just freaking horrible. What are you doing, buddy? You know what I mean? It's an all-or-nothing swinging in a big game in the 5th spot. You need a little bit more
the Jays
control.
have some guys like that. Vladdy's like that in a lot of ways. Bo's like that in a lot of ways.
Yeah, but look at the amount of pitches they're taking and shit, too. They're not having near the bad strikeout. Their strikeout rates are down from last 2 years, both of them. You know, and we're the best team at fouling off pitches in the baseball. Top 2 in runners in scoring position. Platoon is working. I'm just saying we got to go.
Runners in scoring position, that's the biggest one because that's where we struggled so much the last 2 years.
Oh,
yeah, it was
brutal.
disgusting.
We were brutal. But I'm agreeing with you. The way this platoon is, we live and die by the platoon now. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, the left field platoon.
Yeah, and Clement at third base. That guy, did you see some of the plays he made last night? And look, he was hitting 8th. Come up with a big hit at the right time. Clement's not a bad guy to have as your number 8 hitter.
No, I agree.
And he's one of those guys that's not scared of the moment. You know what I mean? He had the hit that put the game, like, you know what I mean? Like a little further ahead. And not only that, I was of the opinion if the game was, because we scored 3 runs, in the 8th? Or 2 runs in the 8th?
Yeah.
To take it out of a safe situation. I thought if it was a safe situation, Hoffman should have went out there last night.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like he had to go out there. But now I think it's going to be that Dominguez guy, Rodriguez, Hoffman trio to run it out. It's starting to look that way more and more. You know what I mean? The thing about the Blue Jays bullpen, and I say about, did they not get enough? Should they use them more? Like Fisher came out last night, right? Was it Fisher?
Yeah, he did.
Took
in
him
the
out.
9th.
Took him how long to throw strikes?
Hmm.
Yeah, and it seems to be why. And the other guys come out now. Some of the other guys say, "Well, then you get rocked." Because I watch a lot of games, and some of the other relievers on our team, they're throwing strikes right away. Sometimes the first strike leaves the park, but at least they're throwing strikes. Our guys got to get 3-1, 3-0. Can't be doing that in the playoffs, bro.
Yeah, you want 70% of your pitches to be landing for strikes?
Oh yeah, but now once they get 2 men on bases, they start throwing fucking strikes, or they may throw the wrong pitch and whatever. Do you think Bassett's out of the rotation?
He's certainly not the front runner.
No, but I think we need a 4th starter in a situation because we have to get back to this, the belief.
Yeah.
Division or bust.
It all depends on where they are with Lauer.
That's true too, but I thought he should be rewarded for his season, but I think
that's a thing.
But now I'm starting to lean against what you're saying. As we look at the bullpen situation, I think they should be setting him up to be a left-handed reliever.
It could be a powerful thing. It could be a powerful
we
thing.
might need him, but like he's another guy that needs a couple batters to warm up. Not always, but it seems to be his first inning splits are okay.
Yeah, I mean, you need long relievers in the playoffs. He could be that guy.
I would more
especially coming off as if you're going righty and then you switch to a lefty, that could be a powerful thing.
But I'd like to lean him in a more high leverage situation. Like say we need a 6th inning guy and we need an out from a left-handed hitter, like coming out. I would like him to put him in that position. Maybe start now. I don't know because we got all the other guys that are starting. We got a bunch of guys, and I don't want Barrios coming out trying to put someone out in the 8th inning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that's the way they should lean. The defense is fine. Kirk's all-star this year, right?
Yeah. Should be Gold Glover.
Should be Gold Glover. He should be Gold Glover. He should be catcher of the year or all that other bullshit. Now,
Raleigh's going to be catcher of the year because of the home runs.
Exactly. But he should be up there. Defensively, he's better than Raleigh. I don't care what anyone says.
Like Gold Glove. I've been saying that for months now.
Yeah, he should be there because the only other guy that's competing with him is The Atlanta catcher's been really good.
Well, the San Francisco one too, but they're in the other league.
Yeah,
so.
in the other league. And Will Smith, too. Isn't he a catcher?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really good, too.
When they come out with, when they have the first and second All-Star teams, it's going to be interesting to see who makes it there.
I think that Kurt should be all around because Raleigh's got the one locked up.
Yeah, but like offense, come on. Him and Will Smith
are the two.
I think so.
And
but Gold Glove, I mean, you take that.
The umpires would probably vote for him. He's been that good. But in any event, I just think that the way that we've been playing is just fine. I thought it was huge last night. Huge to come in there and score in the first inning.
Yep.
And, oh, by the way, your superstars are supposed to lead. Do you see what Vladdy and Bo has been doing in the last week? Unbelievable. It's too bad because, like, Bo and Springer, don't forget our boy Springer's bat who's still hot.
Well, Springer's the one who might be the guy that gets the MVP votes at the end of the season.
Oh, he should be now. Like, who should be ahead of him? And in the situations that he's in, and he's playing a little left field again, too, when we need him. So that always works so well. You know?
I mean, you're a little bit scared sometimes when he's there in the outfield, but as a DH, like...
Yeah, but he was good in the outfield in his days. He's just getting a little
sure,
long.
he used to play center field, but now he's kind of lost his couple steps, right?
Yeah, but as long as they keep him in left field. Anyway, did you see when he caught the ball for the first time the other night in left field? Raised his arms. It was hilarious. He hadn't been out there in a while. They hit one to him. He went back, caught it, and did one of these. He is probably... Something has changed in the dressing room, and if part of that is Scherzer, I respect that. I've heard that Don Mattingly has been much louder in the dugout than he's been, like, in time. Word around the campfire because they got the new hitting coaches, but Mattingly's been over their shoulders.
I've heard Scherzer's been a big part of this kind of culture change, if you want to call that, too.
Yeah, because he's barking at the pitchers.
Yeah.
Remember, this is a situation. This is a situation. He's reminding them, which is great because when you got a warrior god in your dugout who's done it all, come on, you got to listen to a little bit of that, you know? Do you think Schneider's making most of the decisions?
I guess, yeah.
Manager of the year?
Possible.
Best record in the AL, winning the AL East. Whoo! So he should
AL
be
manager
fired
of the year,
next year.
should be.
Because every time a Jays manager wins manager of the year, they're fired within 2 years, aren't they? Isn't that how it works? I don't know. But
maybe that's just a Toronto thing because it happened with Dwayne Casey too, right?
Yeah. So it could be. In any event, it's just that some of the decisions he makes seems like his, and some of the decisions he makes, I go, why now? Especially with the pitching.
Yeah, the bullpen decisions sometimes have you scratching your head, but
what are we going to do? That's the guys that have got to the dance. Every show I watch about the Blue Jays, you know, the first thing they bring up is, great pitching about the bullpen. And a couple guys have said this. They thank God they got Scherzer and Bieber there now that's holding the fort, but it should be division or nothing for us. We got 20 games left.
And we're up by 4 games on the Yankees.
That's right. So let's win one more game, and we'll stay at 4 games. And who we got next? I think it's Houston.
Houston Houston at home, and then Baltimore at home.
That should be a 4 of 6 situation, which should get us closer to the division.
Because Houston's kind of slipping.
Yeah. Look at their.
Do I talk about the Valdez thing? The pitch.
What, the one that went where? Where it gone? Which one?
The one that he crossed up his catcher intentionally.
Oh, what was going on there?
He was pissed, but that's like, come on, man, you can't be doing that, especially with a young catcher like that.
And not only that, you're struggling for your division lead. You know what I mean? And you're the frontline starter.
That was definitely intentional too, because he showed no remorse there either. It wasn't like, "Oh, are you okay? My bad." No, they just kind of turned around and went back to the mound.
Okay,
fucking douchebag.
Okay, every old school guy I seen on MLB Network and another baseball show, they all called out Valdez.
How can you not?
You're the veteran here. You know, like, what are you doing? But, I mean, that was a Bob Gibson move. One guy called it like that, you know, when you get sour. But not in a game like that, and they end up losing that game, didn't they?
Not any game. Come on.
No, I agree. But, I mean, like, the significant, every game's significant. What am I saying? But Houston's in trouble, in my opinion.
I agree, but they have Seattle chasing them, who's also a team I don't think is going to pull through.
Okay, is this going to be the 3rd year in a row that Seattle has been in a position to either win the division or get in a wild card in the last 10 games, puke it up? Like, look at them.
They have, 4 teams on their tail. Texas, KC, Tampa Bay, and Cleveland, all right there.
No, Cleveland I don't think is in the mix.
Only 2.5 back.
Look at the loss column. That's what they're a little bit for a 3.
2 games in the loss column.
To who?
To Seattle.
To Seattle? So they're going to, but KC, I don't see it. The run differentials, freaking no. They don't score enough. They play
I think Texas.
Texas
has a pretty favorable schedule, too.
They have the easiest of what it is. But here's the problem. Evaldi and DeGrom. talking tired arms. The other guys have been okay, and their bullpen's been solid. And you know the interesting thing, all those 4 teams, if you look at their pitching, they're top 5 pitching. American League, Kansas City, Tampa Bay, the Red Sox,
Texas.
Texas.
The offense that's been a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, but all those teams that are in the hunt, which bodes well for September, for coming down the stretch. And here's the thing. I'm glad Tampa Bay lost last night, and I hope to cool off. Tampa Bay is the hottest team in baseball as we speak.
7-3 in their last 10, I believe.
Yes, and they should have been 8-2 if you look on the other ends of it. They've been a very hot team. Oh, by the way, the Toronto Blue Jays got 7 games against Tampa.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Including the last series of the season.
Yes, and that's in Tampa, isn't it?
No, it's here.
Oh, that's even better.
But the I might be going to the Friday night game there. We'll see.
I'm looking at it this way. I hope that we meet Tampa as they're cooling off. Because, it's always about when you meet somebody kind of deal.
Exactly.
So let's say Tampa lost last night. I'm saying, okay, let's get on a little bit colder streak here because they've been beating big teams. Like they beat Houston, I think. I think they gave the Yankees a tough time. Somebody in is either Chicago or one of those playoff teams over there. They've got good pitching again. That's 2 of those little teams, Tampa Bay and Milwaukee. They farm pitchers. You know what I mean? Yep. Every year they seem to be there. I don't care if Tampa Bay gets in. Fuck them. They're American League East. I hope they don't make it. I hope Kansas City makes it. But I just checked their run differential and I went, no.
By the way, Toronto, if they end up winning the division, a good chance that game 1 will be a probably Saturday night game, ALDS.
You know what the great thing about Toronto is? If you look around at the National, don't look at how everything's going on like those clowns on Overdrive who know fuck all about baseball anyway. If you look around the city, you know what the word is? You watch a show like Intentional Talk, you watch the morning show, or you watch any of the big baseball shows. A couple are I've seen on the box on ESPN. Everybody's saying that crowd in Toronto, which we should be proud of, saying, "Hey man, you don't see nothing about," and Varsho brought it up when he was interviewed in Intentional Talk. He goes, I've been in a lot of I was in Arizona. That was a nice place to be. He goes, there's no atmosphere like the Dome when shit is going on and the team is winning. And they always say it's Canada-wide, which it is. But what, people from Calgary are going to freaking their games?
Well, here's the thing, though. Well, I mean, it's the whole country kind of rallies behind the team, though. Because when the Bautista bat flip happened, there were stories of, like highways in Calgary, people like honking their horns and going nuts. No,
I agree that, but they make it sound like people from Vancouver and frickin' Kelowna are coming to Chase games. No, it doesn't work like that. Rich Guy's wife comes in. Yeah. I'm just saying that we should be very proud of our reputation, which is Toronto has always been the state that people say you go into that Dome during the playoffs. That's a home field that they call it one of the best home field advantages in baseball.
Damn right.
Proud of that, Blue Jays. And that's a history of the fans. I know that we've been a little fickle along the way, but our attendance has always been great. But this is like, come on, this is, I'm going to call it, I said it before, I think Toronto's a bigger baseball town than people realize.
The Jays own the town in the summer.
Yeah.
Especially when they're good.
Yeah, agreed. Until that other monolith has to come and push everything around and get everybody off the page.
What monolith?
Stop it. Think of what city are we in?
Toronto.
There's only one monolith in this city. That's
okay, but the Leafs play in the fall and winter.
I took you long enough. That monolith comes in and takes all the air out of the room.
Okay, they barely play at the same time, so.
That's good. Morgan Wallen, great on the jerseys. You wore the right jerseys. I like you better.
Well, if he would have came during hockey season, you'd know he'd be wearing a Leaf jersey. Come
Why?
On.
Why? He was representing what was going on. It's not basketball season, is it?
No.
Well, he would come on a Raptor jersey. That's the end of that.
Well, let's be real. He gets sent that stuff.
What?
He gets sent that stuff. I don't think they choose what jerseys they wear.
I think they do.
I think they just wear what gets sent to them.
No, he's a sports guy.
Okay.
We know that. Cody McDonald is verified.
I think they just get sent that stuff.
No, he's in every city. Like,
so who's paying for it?
What's that?
So who pays for it?
Probably himself. He doesn't care. He's a big sports guy.
I don't buy that.
He's a big sports guy. Why wouldn't you? If you're in a sports city, you come on. Guys have done it for years.
Yeah, because they get sent that stuff to wear on stage to hype up the crowd.
They ask for it. They do it. They ask for it a lot. Not every concert that you ever go to is someone always in a jersey of the team.
Pretty much.
It
happens a lot.
Oh, it does now because it's trendy. Phil Collins started that in the 80s. He was a smart guy to do that with Genesis or one of them when he walked out on stage. Neil Young's bass player used to do it all the time.
Every concert I've ever seen at Scotiabank, someone's put on a Leaf jersey.
Losers. Don't they know the tradition? Come on. They should have put on a freaking Argo jersey. By the way, I'm taking a picture down the street, Nick. The guy's got a huge Argo flag when you drive out, do you see it on the right-hand side?
Yeah.
Guy down the street's got a massive, I'm taking a picture of it, putting it on the site, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, it's funny you're calling the Leafs losers when
Montreal,
you just said it! Oh my God. Own your words.
Okay, well, anyways, I'm just saying.
Because Montreal's won so much in the last 30 years.
We're not talking about that. I'm just talking about this is that if you're in Toronto and you're going on stage and you want to talk about a winning atmosphere, the Jays and the Raptors have won a lot more than Toronto has in your lifetime.
Not that much more.
Enough. A ring is a ring is a ring. That's what
I wouldn't call that a lot, but
okay. In any event,
anything else about baseball?
Oh, before we go around, really quick, we were talking about the divisions. Toronto having the opportunity to be the number one team and get the seeding and being at home, et cetera. Just wanted to point out that Detroit Tigers, my second favorite team, leaking oil like no tomorrow.
Good.
You know what I mean? Leaking oil like no tomorrow. What is their starting staff? Morton's supposed to be one of their saviors. The kid's supposed to be good, but the kid in New York was supposed to be good last night too, right? So these high-pressure situations, you don't know what's going on. So I'm concerned about the Tigers. They're going to win. But as long as they better be able to stay ahead of Houston, it's got to be Detroit and Toronto to be the top two teams.
They have like 5 games cushion.
Yeah, but don't let Houston or those teams catch her, and I think they got 4 or 5 games. You know what I mean? And if Houston gets knocked out, which I think that division is the craziest division in baseball because everything's pretty well decided. The Dodgers, except for the which is the big question of the year, which we should be bringing up. Who said that the Los Angeles Dodgers starting the 2025 season would only win 90 games?
I wouldn't have been shocked by that.
Why? 90, 95. I'm not going to say they're going to win 100 every year, but they're on pace to win 90 games.
But they always have problems with their pitchers, right? They're always hurt. That's the problem.
But when they're coming down the stretch, they usually do it. But seriously, would you have thought that the Dodgers would be stretched to win 90 games this year?
Not the most shocking. I mean, it's baseball.
No, it's baseball. I agree. So let's put it one step further. Can San Diego get over whatever San Diego is and steal the division?
Nah. I don't know. I don't buy
Some
it.
weeks I see them, and they'll
make the playoffs. Although the Giants could make a final stretch here.
They're going for it.
The Giants have a favorable schedule. That's the only thing they got going for them.
They could race for it, but they're gonna knock out the Mets because Philadelphia's got their division.
I would say it's got to be the Padres if you're gonna knock someone out.
Yeah, because I say Philadelphia and Milwaukee have pretty well got their division set up. It's who's underneath them that's gonna go. I think the Mets are gonna slide in, and San Diego's
Reds aren't gonna do it.
No, they had their chance against Toronto when they got exposed.
They're 6 games back of the wild card,
and
so
they're
I'd say
one game
done.
under 500 now, so you don't come back at this time of the year. That's why it's over. That's why I say about Tampa Bay. They're only 2 games over 500 now, aren't they?
I think just 1 now.
Yeah, so when you're usually this with, 19 games left, I believe.
19, 20, depending.
Yeah. Okay, well, anyways, keep your eyes open because baseball has been great. And Blue Jays, this afternoon at 1 o'clock when we get off this show, I'll be walking my dog and getting to that.
Yes, sir. We'll move it over to the U.S. Open where Shapovalov took a set off the number 1 player, but was eventually defeated by Sinner. Was the first set that Sinner dropped all tournament. But Felix Auger-Aliassime, our boy, upset Zverev in the 3rd round, who continues to struggle in major tournaments. He took down de Minaur in 4 sets to set up a matchup with Sinner in one of the semifinals, which happened last night. Felix was able to take a set, but eventually it was just unforced errors that did himself in.
Nerves. He's not quite there. His ground strokes were great. Sinner started to limp a bit.
Also, I think they looked both hurt in that matchup. That's how it looked to me.
Both of them were hurt?
Well, they were saying Sinner was like a stomach thing.
Yeah, okay, so he'll
but he was moving. They were both moving around a little bit gingerly at times, I thought.
No, you know what it is for Felix? He's always trying to get to his forehand. And sometimes his footwork looks uncomfortable when he gets there because he's got that forehand. It's unbelievable.
No, but even like between plays, the way he was moving around, I'm like, eh.
In any event, I'm very proud of him because I was jinxing it when I was texting you and a couple other people saying, I hope he wins a set. And he won the 2nd set and he battled in the 3rd set. Like we should be proud of him. Great.
There were times where it looked like he was going to come out with the advantage, but could never capitalize at the right time.
The unforced errors. That's
Number
what
1.
killed him. Like how many times he had Sinner in the position for the put away, and what does he do? Into the net or goes wide. That was nerves. The game before it was worse. What was it, de Minaur when they were playing? Those 2 guys both looked nervous because they knew the next shot they're going to be playing Sinner. Sinner's over everyone's shoulder and Alcaraz is over everyone's shoulder. But let's be proud of the guy.
Oh, absolutely. His 2nd U.S. Open semifinal.
Yes.
Bounced back after a not-so-great season, but he moves up from 25. I think they say he's going to be number 11 in the rankings. When it comes
he
out
won't
on
be
Monday.
top 10, but he'll be
11's not bad from mid-20s.
I'm not going to be complaining about that. Which brings us to the Joker and Alcaraz.
Yes, I mean Alcaraz. Oh, Stanley, not right now. He wiped the floor with them straight sets in the semifinals.
Listen, Djokovic's the GOAT. I hope he keeps on playing because you know what? Here's what you got to remember. What Djokovic? Should you retire? Aren't you getting old? You drive for 25, doesn't look too good with Sinner and Alcaraz in the way. No, go to the John McEnroe school of this. Play as long as you can competitively because you got to remember, how much money do you think Djokovic won making it to the quarterfinals?
Semifinals.
I mean, the semifinals. What's that, $500,000? Okay, so if you go to 10 tournaments and you get to the semi and quarterfinals all those time, what kind of money is Djokovic? He's not going to play tennis forever. You know what I mean? Federer just got tired.
If he still enjoyed doing it too, like who cares?
Look, he was doing the Alcaraz chip back to him and stuff like that. Joker's got a sense of humor, but like I say, he is the GOAT. Like you got to really look at it now because he's now jumped over both fences from like the Federer, Nadal to the Sinner.
Yeah, it's kind of like the bridge.
The bridge, and he's beaten all of them at one point in his career. He's going to be able to say that he beat all four of those guys. That with 24 majors. You know what I mean? He wasn't always my favorite earlier because I thought he was a little bit smug. But, hey, I've enjoyed his career, and every time he's out there, look at the people coming in the crowd. People show up for the GOAT.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but Alcaraz, this, in my opinion...
And he's the fan favorite right now.
I love when he does the golf shot to Sergio. That's just so cool. Sergio has become a little bit cooler than he was when he was younger. I'm going to say this now. I really believe tomorrow could be a U.S. Open for the ages. Because Alcaraz is good on this tournament, on this surface, and Sinner's is supposed to be his surface. You know what I mean? They battled out he won Wimbledon, but he won the French.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alcaraz hasn't dropped a single set all tournament, though.
Yeah. No, did he?
Nope.
No, he didn't drop a set to Joker. He fought back.
Yeah.
Because Joker had a set point, didn't he?
Yeah, the second set was 7-6.
Yeah. So he had a set point there. So I think this is going to be amazing because both guys have been playing off the charts.
My money's on Alcaraz, though, believe it or not.
I like it, too, because you know what he should do? Notice Sinner was wearing down in the fourth set. He had to dig deep to do it. If it goes 5 sets, I go Alcaraz all the way. And it's going to be how Alcaraz opens. Because
although didn't Sinner beat Alcaraz in the 5th set in Wimbledon?
First time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's possible, but still.
It's possible, yeah. In any event, I've noticed this, that Alcaraz don't try no crazy shots early against Sinner. Like against some of the other opponents, he just tries some crazy-ass shots. If they work, it looks great. And then he's down 30-love. Who cares? All right, he catches up and goes back. This is Sinner you're playing now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he didn't do no joking around with the Joker last night. You know what I mean? He knows
yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, yes, yeah. But in any event, I think Alcaraz is going to win, too. I'm cheering for him over Sinner. Mm-hmm. He's your Italian brethren, too.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean?
He's also a bit of a cheater.
That's what they say. In any event, that's going to haunt him. He's a great, great player.
Of course.
You know what I mean? When you see them play, maybe the best returner in tennis as we speak.
Yeah, you don't get to the number one player in the world by accident.
No kidding. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really looking for a finals of the ages.
Should be
like a Federer, Nadal,
5-set classic.
Yeah, Borg, McEnroe, Sampras, and Agassi. You name those guys all over the years that have come, and I'm telling you, this could be Federer, Djokovic, like one of those things. It's going to be because both guys now have been hyped for the year, and like I said, we all thought it was going to go right down to this.
Yeah.
Anyways, so let's finish the tournament in a splash of glory. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. On the women's side, your girl Swiatek was upset by Anisimova in the quarterfinals. We had Sabalenka, Pegula, and Osaka Anisimova in the semis. Sabalenka and Anisimova both prevail, setting up a final, which will happen today.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that, too. I'm just going to say this. People might think I'm nuts, but I think and I've said this to you, I think the women's side of the bracket is far more competitive than the men's side. I mean, look who...
That's more open?
Yeah, and then more good players that go bashing at each other. Look who fell along the weight side. We didn't see Navarro. We didn't see Paolini. We didn't see, what's her name, the Russian with the best nose in tennis. Oh. What's her name? Andreev.
Andreeva.
Andreeva. Who else am I missing? 4 of the big ones.
Coco Gauff was
Coco Gauff, yeah, you know what I mean? And she had a rough battle, too. Okay.
Anisimova
has come a long way to get back to where she is, and she just caught Swiatek on a. Swiatek was a little off. You can't be a little off when you get to there. Yeah. But you're talking about all these players. We don't forget, Australia is only 3 months away. We could have a completely final.
No, more than that.
No, September, October, November. Okay, almost 4 months, yeah. But in any event, when we get to Australia, we could see a completely different semifinals than we did see now. And I do believe...
Usually is. Australia is always a wild card.
Yeah, because who wants to go there after Christmas, whatever they say. But Osaka, I believe, has got another major in her. You know what I mean? Like, they went toe-to-toe. Like, you got to realize, when you really think about it, the girls' semifinals were more competitive than the men's semifinals. Both went 3 sets. Girls went battling at it. And when who upset Coco? Was it
Anisimova? I believe so.
Okay. In any event, that was a great match. Whoever played her, I can't remember. That was a great match. Coco could have won that one. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So the competition on the women's side of tennis is going to be glorious for the next few years, where on the men's side, it's just going to be, is Sinner or Alcaraz going to get upset on their way there? Yeah. That's what I think the difference is going to be in the two competitions. But anyway, it was great tennis. Watch this afternoon.
Yeah, Goff lost to Osaka in the quarterfinals.
Oh, yeah, it was Osaka, yeah.
In straight sets.
Yeah, it was a great battle, though. 7-6, wasn't it?
6-3, 6-2.
6-2. Goff didn't look that great. I guess what was lost the 7-6 one. But any event, that just tells you there. Osaka's had her issues, and now she's back. I love her purple outfits, too.
Yeah.
I think they look really, really cool. But we got this thing that I'm really down on reporters and people that report sports today, which has made me very gnarly as I'm going to be there. One of the things that I heard, and I'm going to give Swiatek, who was after the press conference, I hope that all athletes are healthy, strong, and competitive, okay? Now, if things come up about your mental health, the stress, and all this stuff that comes up, and we know a number of girls have stepped back from the game, get your shit together, great. I'm all about it, come back and compete. However, reporter had the unmitigated audacity to say to Swiatek during the press conference, did you think about your mental health or any problems about that during this? And Swiatek looked at her and said, do you have thinking about your mental health when I was here? Reporter took the bait. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking about my mental health. Why? Then what the hell are you doing here? What the hell are you doing here? I wanted to buy Swiatek a beer because that's when you cross the line on personal shit. Do we need to know that? And for Swiatek to bitch slap that reporter like that, I jumped out of my chair. We shouldn't have to deal with those exchanges is what I'm getting at. But for her to have the moxie.
Oh, for that reporter to suggest that's so offside. Like, I'd be saying that I'd be worse if I was Swiatek in that situation.
The look on her face and the tone of voice was Clint Eastwood in Magnum Force. Dirty Harry. Boom! Just, it was so great. And everybody applauded her on that because we want to respect the players. Like, you're naked out there when you're a tennis player. The travel, the stress, the pressure, the sponsors, blah, 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 blah. And if you need a break, I get it, okay? I'm more happy for you because your personal well-being is more important than anything you're going to do for the rest of your life.
It's okay to admit that you're not doing well, fine.
Sure.
But for a reporter to be like, oh, you lost. You don't look so well. You should take a mental health break. Fuck you.
You got it.
Fuck yourself.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I couldn't. And way Swiatek handled it. Did I take 5 shots or did I take 6?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Feeling lucky, punk?
Yeah, it was so cool. And everyone applauded her for it because that's what I'm saying. Like, crossing the line sometimes when you're watching these, you want to go, come on.
Yeah, that's a reporter like trying to go after a soundbite there, and I hate that shit.
And some of the athletes buy into it and say stupid things, and
they get baited into it, like Jalen Carter.
There you go. That's what I'm saying. So you got it. There's both sides, but when you get a definitive thing like that, which I don't like, you know what I mean? I want to talk about the people that are on the court, and I'll bring that up when we do another segment coming up to validate what I'm saying now. Let's deal with what you got to do on the court first.
Yeah.
Okay? We have enough talking about, why Ray Rice, or the running back for Kansas City, why he's not playing. We got this guy not playing because of that. So there's enough of that we hear in the news that's negative. So let's try to keep, especially in something like the U.S. Open where you're a singular person doing your own thing, let's keep it on the court.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Well, I want to shout out to Coco Gauff, whose attitude I sometimes questioned. A lot of class this tournament, young lady. I'm back in your corner. Back in your corner. She's going to win more. She's going to win more.
We'll keep an eye on the finals this weekend. We'll talk about those on Thursday. But for now, we'll move this to our soccer report where Toronto FC got a 1-1 draw versus Montreal last weekend at home. Woo!
Doesn't matter. No, what we should be shouting out is this. It didn't really...
hold on. They're back in action September 13 at New England.
Okay. Did you going to say something about our friendly?
We'll get to that.
Okay, great.
So the transfer window closed on August 31st. Donnarumma, the Italian national, going to Manchester City for a €30 million transfer.
Wow.
Yep.
That's more than a few pesos.
It's more than a few pesos.
Wow.
And Nicholas Jackson, the striker, going to Bayern Munich for 70.5 million euros. So initially, Bayern's paying Chelsea 14.3 for the loan, but basically there's a option, which it looks like it's going to happen, to buy the rest at the end of the season if he makes a set amount of appearances.
Wow.
So a huge transfer there for one of the top strikers. A little bit sad that he's leaving Chelsea, not going to lie.
He was a Chelsea guy, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yep.
But in Europe, we're just going to do a quick little roundup of what happened last week. I'm going to focus on Serie A next week because there's really nothing to talk about for this weekend. But Liverpool stays perfect, beating Arsenal in London 1-0. In Serie A, Roma hasn't won the Scudetto for first in Serie A in 25 seasons, but they start this campaign with 2 matches, 2 goals, 2 wins, coming out of Pisa with a 1-0 victory. In La Liga, Real Madrid conceded their first goal of the season in their 3rd match, but Madrid came out and Vinicius scored the winner in the 38th minute to get them a 2-1 win versus Mallorca, staying perfect on the year. In Bundesliga, Mikel Olise scored to put Bayern up 3-0 at Augsburg, but Bayern almost blew it. However, they hang on to win 3-2 to remain perfect. And in Liga, João Neves scored a hat-trick in PSG's 6-3 win at Toulouse to stay perfect. Leagues will be back September 12 and 13, so next weekend.
Is the Birmingham Bulls in the Premier League?
I don't think so.
They're still in regulation?
Where are they?
You haven't seen the Tom Brady thing on Birmingham Bulls?
No.
I started to watch it. It's gold. It's about Brady and the hedge fund guy.
I don't watch propaganda.
No, it's not propaganda.
Who's producing it?
Oh, come on. We know who's producing
It's propaganda.
No, what it is, it's entertainment.
It's propaganda.
But it's entertainment. You know who the Birmingham Bulls are? At the beginning of the show, they tell you the history of this team. If you're a soccer guy, and they're diehard. And Birmingham, I forgot, is the second biggest city, and they're Austin Villa town. Okay, that's a big team there. But in any event, Brady and this guy, Brady's a minority owner, and this guy is a majority owner. So the premise is, let's bring someone great who started off as an underdog and got all the way to this greatness. So he told Brady, I'm paying you. You're not on the team. I'm paying you for a presence. So Brady's going over to Birmingham. He knows fuck all about football. But is he diving into it in the Brady style? Oh, just why? If you're a Brady guy, you're going to like it. It is probably a little bit of propaganda.
Sounds like propaganda.
But my new favorite team is the Birmingham Bulls, and I think they're in the 2nd division. Are they?
I don't know. They've
been regulated up. They're like, you know what? They're one of the oldest teams in the Premier League. Like way back in the day.
You're eating up this propaganda.
I don't know.
Are they paying you to do commercials on the show?
I don't know. Do they? I don't know about that. We're going to get to commercials in a minute. But bottom line is, if you want to be entertained, just be entertained. Like you're taking somebody that's a mega star and you're dropping them into a place where this team sucks. Okay, they suck. Let's cut to the chase. And I've only seen a couple of episodes. If you like Brady, watch it. That's all I'm saying. And the other guy that's in it. And they got all the fans. Like they're going out in the street and talking to people about it and shit. It's called Built in Birmingham. I do believe. But it's quite interesting.
Birmingham Bulls? Are you sure?
Yeah. Is it Birmingham Bulls or Birmingham Blues?
I don't know. You watched the show. Maybe you should tell me.
Could be the Bulls, but they're blue. Great stadium.
Oh, it is the Blues.
Yeah, Birmingham Blues.
Okay, they're in 2nd tier.
Yeah, they're in
league championship.
Yeah, that they're trying to find a way to get to the back up to the big league. That's the goal, and that's the premise of the show. So it's pretty interesting if you're a soccer person and you like Brady.
All right. We'll move this over to international break. So Canada getting some good news as Alphonso Davies returning to training after his ACL tear. Big news.
Yep.
For our boys in red. So, of course, international break. Canada doesn't have to worry about World Cup qualifying. They just got a couple friendlies this weekend. Yesterday, they got the 3-0 win at Romania. Jonathan David, our boy, with the 11th minute winner. And they will be at Wales on September 9, which is Tuesday.
So they're playing in Europe, right?
Yes.
The game was in Romania?
That was in Romania.
That's why there was some booing, eh? There was some booing. They did fans that look, and you know what? By about the last 20 minutes, looked like Romania quit. Oh yeah, did you see any of the game?
No, I was at work.
I watched actually.
I just saw the highlights.
Well, I was watching because being the spoiled guy I'm here. I just thought I'd throw on the game. There's this empty screen. Let's see what Canada's doing. We were dominant. And then I thought it was a friendly. I go, yeah, it's only a friendly. Hope we could continue to play like that. Team looked good. Mm-hmm. Team looked good.
And then Italy in action as well. They got a 5-0 win in their qualifier versus Estonia. Moise Keane with the 58-minute winner, which is interesting to see since he hasn't been getting a lot of love on the national team, so might be getting in the good books of the new
Did that make
the
you
new
sleep
manager.
Better? That
What?
win make you sleep better?
I mean, it's Estonia. I mean, this is just
Doesn't matter. This is win's a win's win.
This is just a given that they get that win. If they got a draw, it'd be a different story. But
of course, it would be international news.
Yeah, Retegi got 2 goals in that one as well, and they are in Israel on Monday.
Good luck going there.
Just get the win. That's all that matters. Get those 3 points.
Yep.
Anything else you want to add for soccer?
No, not at all. Can't wait till the Toronto FC season's over.
And we can't wait for Champions League as well, which begins Wednesday, September 16th, just a couple weeks away.
Yes, here we go.
All right, we'll move this over to our good buddies here, the CFL, where the Argos scored a last-second field goal to win their Labor Day Classic, 35-33 at Hamilton. Arbuckle, once again, solid. 352 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions.
I'm going to tell you, Nick, I know you're listening. The Argos are still alive. I'm going to take a picture of the guy down the street with the biggest Argo flag I've seen flying in time. This was a Labor Day Classic in every sense of the word. Nick, your team almost blew it. Face it, when Hamilton came down and scored, I thought, oh, Argos, way to go. You blew another one. How you pulled that one out of your hat in Hamilton.
Yep.
That bodes well for what could happen for the rest of the season. But, Nick, I'm still with the leprechauns and the unicorns on this one, as you well know. So if you could answer this question for me, if Arbuckle playing as great as he's been playing, and this is a bye week for the Argos, what was that cryptic black and white Kelly thing on his Twitter account?
I don't know. You tell me.
What's the next day of the Argo game?
They're in action next Saturday against Edmonton.
The date was on the bottom of this little meme, or whatever you want to call that stuff they put up on social media. So it was very cryptic, and I don't know if you put him in now. It's a better quarterback.
I'd struggle with that, to be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
Arbuckle's rolling, man.
Yeah. And they got to beat Edmonton.
Yeah.
Like this.
And then you got Montreal the next weekend at home. You got to win that one, too.
You got to win that one, too. You know what I mean? And look at weird shit happens. Look at Ottawa came out of nowhere to beat BC last night.
Yep.
Well, what happened there?
BC's not that great either. But
no, they should be better. But the fact is they were in BC.
No, they were in Ottawa.
To come back the way that they did, that's the CFL at its finest. But if you want to talk about the Labor Day Classic, like, the top 10 Labor Day Classics, maybe one day the game that we just seen this weekend was probably make that list. Crazy game. I watched the whole second half. So, Nick, I am paying attention.
Anything else you want to add for the CFL?
Nah, come on. It's NFL time.
That's true.
We're lucky we're giving them a burp. Okay.
We'll move this on to the WNBA, where the Las Vegas Aces continue to be on fire, winning their last 13 games. The very real possibility that they win their last 16 games of the season and just end off on a complete scorcher. But on the other side of the equation here, Indiana Fever in danger of missing the playoffs. Caitlin Clark shut down for the season.
Sophia Cunningham still in a walking boot.
Yeah.
They don't look good. But I'll tell you what, the New York team is slumping a little bit lately too, haven't they?
Yes, they have.
Yeah, because remember all year we were talking about L.A. and
although
Minnesota.
Indiana got a win the other night against Chicago Sky, so I think one more win clinches them a playoff spot.
But they're going to the first round. They're going to get
smoked by like Minnesota or something.
But the bottom line is Minnesota's held the fort, but New York has fallen back. And Vegas has come
Yeah,
on.
New York's not even first in the East.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like who's in first in the East again?
Atlanta.
And yeah, where did they come from? But they got a few good kids that have developed from college, like a couple of college girls. I should have wrote their names.
They made
down.
some trades too.
Yeah, so they're looking better in their last 10. Should make for a great playoff though. And I say Asia Wilson now is cementing every game her MVP status.
She leads the league in points now.
A block, she's up there in rebounds.
Second in rebounds,
And the way they've come running down the stretch like that, like Collier's been great, but she's a little banged up. But I think now if Vegas runs the table, MVP's hers. Because what we were talking about, what we were talking mid-season, biggest disappointment in WNBA, Las Vegas. Now look at them. And they're tough.
Yeah.
And they're tough swinging elbows. I hope they're there because I just love her as a player. Like she's one of, like, we don't get to talk about it enough because we got the Caitlin Clark thing. And I'm sorry to hear. Better that she's soft tissue injury.
Yes,
Stay
be ready
home,
for next season.
Get ready for next season. And I know she's the marquee player and all of that. But this Asia Wilson, people should talk about her. She's one of the best basketball players in North America. Like her style, her play. I don't know who to compare her to in the NBA because I don't think should be comparing girls to boys, but her dominance, her tenacity, not scared of the big moment. I'm on the Vegas bandwagon for the rest of the year.
Crazy that they were 14-14 just a few weeks ago, but then this win streak propels them to 27-14.
Like I'm saying, it's like the way they put it, and the injuries, the girls that were hurt came back. So it all makes. I think the most interesting thing would be them in Minnesota. Minnesota and Vegas for the finals would probably be the most entertaining, in my opinion.
That's the one we're hoping for.
Yep, 100%.
I'm with you.
100%.
Also, a big shout out to Golden State Valkyries for making the playoffs in their first season, clinching a spot.
100%. Did you hear that Toronto tempo? That's what I thought.
Get
right
ready
away.
next year.
You know what I mean? And I hope we get the attendance that they got.
I think so.
You know what I mean? But come on, Toronto tempo. It can be done the first year. Does management know what they're doing? We hope we do. Well, we don't know what draft pick we get either yet because they haven't pulled it out of the hat.
Exactly.
Yeah, but good luck with that. But Toronto tempo, there's a template. That's Seattle team.
Also, Angel Reese suspended by her team for half a game for her comments that she made about getting some help on the team. Half a game, that's a little goofy. It's a lot goofy.
Okay, but you know what? I wanted to say this, and I'm going to still say it. There's just some way, Angel, if you happen to be listening to us, we like you too.
She definitely is.
What? Okay, well, we like her too, but can you had a great run of keeping things on the court. I know you're frustrated, but to be a team player, basically you bitch slapped everybody on your team.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
You can't throw them under the bus.
No, so you got to sit down to just say have some respect. But let's talk about this. Angel Reese has been easily top 10 player WNBA this year. Maybe
for sure.
you could move her up a little higher if you wanted to pick here, there, and everything. Her tenacity her problem is she can't shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, but when she, work on your jump shot, but everything else
But
about
the rebounds,
game,
the defense, that's all there.
Running the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's I wish we could speak more. I hope in the future we can talk more about Angel Reese, the player, instead of Angel Reese, the social media attitude, looking for clicks and build my brand kind of girl.
What do you think about the half-game suspension, though? Isn't that the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard?
I thought she'd been the whole game then.
Yeah, exactly. Why are you going halfway? Oh man, we gotta teach her a lesson, but we need her for the attendance. It's just one of those
I was
things.
just gonna say they got the call from the front office. You know what? That's good. But the game was on national TV it was a game of the week or something too. Remember that? It was a featured game on ESPN.
It was against Indiana, so yeah.
Yeah, it was a featured game at the time. So get her on the floor. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that happens, but
yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, the WNBA team, there's just three teams that are just horrible, and Chicago just happens to be one of those three horrible teams.
Wait your turn, girl. Listen, Indiana was terrible too. How do you think they got Caitlin as the first pick?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can turn it around and look at Seattle. So there's no excuses in Chicago. Mm-hmm. That's how I look at it. Good luck, Angel.
That's right. The season wraps up September 11, and then it's going to be playoffs.
And I hope they'll be pushed over by that other monolith called Pigskin.
Everything is.
There you go.
We'll move us over to Formula One, where Oscar Piastri won the Dutch Grand Prix in Zandvoort. He not only that, he got the Grand Slam as well. Pole position, the win, fastest lap, and he led every lap in the race.
You know what? I really, really, really like this race for a variety of reasons. But number one is...
It's a cool track.
It is a cool track. The number one thing about it is that, which I'm glad we got away with, is there was so many silly things happen during the race or whatever you're going to start. But the bottom line is we'll never know, which everybody was talking about, because this is what's going to be the rest of the Formula One season, is heightening the drama between Lando and Oscar, and Lando's car blows up.
Yep. That might have sealed the deal right there.
Oh, I think it has, because who's your number one now?
Well,
Zach Brown.
We know who the number one's been.
Okay.
Zach Brown, is he still gonna say that we don't have a number one though?
He's a clown. And you know what? He, again, after the race, the way he balanced it, like, you know what? That's someone tweaking something in the car while it blown. We all know that. Why'd the car blow up? Okay, we're not sure.
Shit happens.
Yeah, that's what I say. It's a shit happens thing. But to talk about the drama that they were getting down to, because everyone was racing, because what was 15 laps left when the engine blew?
Oh,
57, I think it was.
Yeah, it was getting close to the end.
Yeah, so to the blow, and McLaren, you don't have to worry about the constructor points. Stop it. Okay, like that's not, we don't have to go there.
They don't? That's news to me.
Stop it. But anyways, the bottom line, which is kind of taken away. There was 9 races left, though. When you think about it, you know, put on the schedule, or 8.
They're up by 324 points on Ferrari.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, we will talk about Ferrari's weekend in a second. But in any event, I think that's what, you know, this is entertainment. Even though this is the highest competition in the world, which I continually say, and I'm going to keep saying it, this is still entertainment. And the biggest drama now is the Oscar Lando. Like, what were they going to do at the end of this race? I don't know. We didn't get to see it. We got to see it today.
Lando was kind of making ground, but I don't think he was going to pass him.
I don't think he was, too. Oscar was flying. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everything was going his way. Now, there's a couple things I learned that were really interesting. Because of the weather, because of the track, look at Max Verstappen. First thing he did is start on soft tires and almost pulled it off. You know what I mean? Because of the gripping.
I mean, he almost got himself out of the race in like turn 1, but he saved himself.
Oh yeah, because they said he knew the spot too, eh? That's why he corrected himself. Because after the race, they asked, he goes, "Oh, I forgot about that spot." He goes, "I couldn't." He says, "I couldn't completely make my move because basically he said he would have been out of the race." You know, because he lost it back in. But is he a great driver to pull the car back in? Almost made a spectacular move, but he didn't. You know what I mean? But in any event, Lando's a little bitch at times, I think. But
not going to disagree with you there.
Okay, so in any event, he handled things graciously. But at the same time, I think that McLaren should just come out and say, "This is what we're doing. We're having the greatest season of our history in a long time. Play with that, take it home, and say you have a number one. Do guys that protect them on the race. Not is this going to be a Lando Oscar thing, and they're going to hit each other one day and wipe each other out. What are we going to say then?"
Hopefully Ferrari takes advantage. I don't know.
Okay, which gets us to the next part of this race, which I really enjoyed, is the kid got his first podium.
Yeah, so Max was second because Lando getting out of the race with 8 laps to go. Isaac Hadjar completing the podium, his first of his career.
Driving for who?
Red Bull 2, or what are they called now? I don't know.
I don't know, that weird name, the weird logo. I forget.
Racing Bulls, I guess.
Yeah, the Racing Bulls, that whatever it is, and they got that weird little logo, so you can tell the difference on the screen.
I like Hadjar a lot. He's my favorite rookie.
Is he?
Yeah.
I think he is too. We're going to talk about Antonelli in a minute. Wait a second.
Let me give him a beating. How about that?
Okay, you give me your opinion on him, because I was going to talk about the rookies. This kid had a great race. He had the pace.
He's been having a great season. Let's be real.
He's been a solid season. He's got points for the team, which tells me
he's going to be Max's partner next year.
Max went right up to him after the race. They had a good chat, eh? Did you notice after the race, Max went right to the guy, and it wasn't like, "How you doing?" They were having a chat. But what was more interesting, you know what is really cool about F1? When all 3 of them are in the room watching the highlights and the shit, you hear that conversation.
The cool-down room.
The cool-down room. But yeah, like some of the things they say in that room are like real. I guess they don't give a fuck. Well, if I'm an F1 driver, I'm going to say whatever, you know what I mean?
I mean, they're going to keep it like whatever over here. They're not going to go all the way up to 10,
they're not going to go over there. But I will tell you, I loved all the reaction to
just giving their commentary on the race, right? Which is cool.
Well, I like the reaction when Lewis Hamilton made the rookie mistake.
Oh, okay. You want to get right to Ferrari?
Oh, my! Don't blame Leclerc. don't blame Leclerc.
Who said I was blaming Leclerc?
Okay,
I'm mad at fucking Kimmy.
Oh God.
When you're going for that turn there and like your nose is pointed at him,
get out of the way.
No, don't even make that move.
Yeah, but you see how much room he had on the track too?
Kimmy?
Yeah.
He forced it.
Is that Antonelli's first name? Yeah. Yeah, he huge mistake. Because when you show the replay, he had
his nose was going into Leclerc. It basically pushed him into the wall.
And not only that, did you see how much track room he had? That's the rookie
that was
mistake.
an unnecessary move. Rookie mistake.
But I thought Lewis Hamilton's rookie mistake was worse.
That one was less disappointing though, because I'm just used to Hamilton not getting good results with Ferrari at this point.
Oh,
as horrible as that sounds.
And the announcers are trying to say what it is, but when you see the actual replay and his hands on the wheel, you went, "Oh, buddy, that's an oversteer." You know what I mean? I'm an amateur, but you know what? And everybody has so much respect for Lewis Hamilton. They didn't. Well, we all make mistakes, kind of deal.
He's getting up there with age, though. You know.
You know what I mean? And that was a crash. Yeah. Zing, boom, bang. What does that cost on your budget? All that other kind of stuff. But I felt bad because I'm saying as the rookies are going, I think Antonelli is a good driver. He's got a lot to learn.
I'm starting to think he's a little bit overhyped.
No, I think what it is that I think that he's an 18-year-old with freaking dick control problems. He's running for it at the wrong time. Like, in the last couple of races, how many times has he got seconds taken off? In the last 2 or 3 races for just being that's crazy ass kid shit. Slow it down, buddy. He's a good driver, and look at his other problem is 3 Q3s in a row he didn't make, but he always climbs into the top 10. So that means
that's because of the car, though. But I mean, if you're not making Q3s with that car, I think that's a little bit of a red flag.
Yeah, well, that's what they're saying. But he's only 18. Hedger's 23, isn't he, or Hedger?
Yeah.
He's 23. That's 5 years difference.
That's fine. I mean, okay, we can wait to see how Antonelli's going to do the next couple of years. He's not going anywhere. Let's be real.
No, of course he's not. He's got 9 races to improve on what he's done now. And Mercedes is probably going to come in second in the constructors.
No, it's going to be Ferrari second. Ferrari's already in second.
Got nothing this weekend.
And you're still in second.
Yeah, that's point well taken. You know what I mean? I was thinking of you when Leclerc got nicked.
Oh, the Milani household was a fiery mess after Leclerc was taken out of that race.
Oh, that was just a bad move. And you didn't see Leclerc, he just sat in the hill.
Him and Lando like on the hills thereafter. That was like album art stuff.
Oh, 100%. No doubt. I thought about that too. But what are you going to do? And I felt for Leclerc because nothing he could do.
Yeah, exactly.
So shouldn't the other team...
He was just racing his race.
The thing that got me is how much space Kimi had on the track. Like he had a hole. Like you're just forcing the guy out of there. Shouldn't Mercedes play for Ferrari's damage?
I mean, ideally, I don't know.
Should they change the rules on that? Like, come on. What could Leclerc do?
Yeah.
What could Leclerc do there? Nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He was just minding his business, and the kid came along with...
Got a little horny.
And away he went. And it's not his first time. We know it's even crazier is when Carlos Sainz talked about Liam on the right microphone. This idiot again? Like, what another...
That was gnarly.
Yeah, but so what? He did make the wrong move. You know what I mean? Like, Carlos was holding his lane. I mean, there was going to pass there, but when he came in too and he clipped him, that was freaking, what are you doing? And when Buddy kept for Alonso, when he had another one there, I'm going, what are these guys doing today? They said it was a little bit to do with the slippery of the track, but I'm saying, and all the tire battles during the safety cars and all that was very, very interesting, especially when they're talking about the terrain as opposed to a little rain and not. Very, very good run, but I thought Alonso was the guy that got burnt the most because he looked like
he just always has the worst luck,
doesn't he?
Just ever. Like going back to like his championship day. I mean, I guess those are the exception, but kind of the years around that. Of course, the Indy 500s that he was in, those are famous for how much bad luck he ran into there.
Oh, my God. I feel for the guy. And he was having a good race. He was moving up the track, and then he got smocked, and another guy making an amateur mistake whatsoever. But great race.
Hey, Aston Martin, though, had a great weekend, though. Especially Lance Stroll had maybe the funniest weekend I've seen in a long time. Crashes out in practice, crashes out in qualifying, starts in dead last and still manages to finish 7th place and still ahead of his teammate. Like, what?
That was a little weird. But the other car wasn't running as well. They were talking about that during the track. That's pretty funny. Well, that's his best performance.
Especially since it's Lance Stroll.
Yeah, it's his best performance probably of the year.
I want to say he was 5th or 6th like the first race, wasn't he?
Yeah, I guess he had a good run.
Broken clock is right twice a day.
That's right. You know what I mean? You know what this guy's saying? I don't know if the door is open. I left the door open for you, didn't I, Stanley? Stanley's making his usual cameo appearance. You're saying you want to get outside? I'll give you another minute.
What's your take on Formula One, Stanley?
He's a Max guy. Look, he looks like Max with that smirk on his face at the beginning of the thing. He looks like Max. And Max was so funny after the race, eh? Home country, all that kind of shit. And he's just going, I wanted a podium, but second's better. I'll take the second,
with that shit box he's driving?
Yeah, you see, but he's a great, great driver, you know what I mean? And you know what he's learned to do? In his earlier days, knows how aggressive he was. He wouldn't let nobody pass, or he'd always be fighting along the way. But when he knows he's got the pace, doesn't have the pace, and the guy's on him, like what's his name made a good move on him yesterday, but then when Lando made the move on him, that wouldn't have happened a year or two ago because the Red Bull car would have been strong enough to hold it off. Yeah. But when he feels that pace now, he doesn't do anything crazy to wreck the car.
That's just experience and maturity.
Yes, yeah, 100%. I've noticed that now. Like, he's seen the pace. He was giving the car as hard as he could. He had the softs on now, which you got to switch to the hard. It was good in the beginning to get your chance to do it. And then when Lando went by, he was like, okay, it's not my car.
It's not his race,
Great pace in qualifying, though, didn't he?
Well, like Max.
Yeah, great pace. Like, qualifying was good. Like,
do you want to know who got pole today?
Who's that?
In Monza, do you want to know who got pole position?
No.
No, not saved?
No, because it's on. I'm going to be doing my complete watching it. Is it a surprise? No.
You'll see.
Okay.
Also, IndyCar driver Colton Herta will be a Cadillac test driver and will race in Formula 2 next year and probably 2027 as well, with the probability of looking at him entering F1 in 2028. Mm-hmm. Needs to get those super license points because the FIA hates IndyCar.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. They hate it. The only thing they hate more is NASCAR. But you know
I don't
what?
even know if that's on the radar.
Come on, ghetto. But I wouldn't say that in the Carolinas. But anyways, these Cadillac guys, they're going all in, eh?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, but
it's Formula One, all or nothing, boy.
Highest level of competition on the planet, and they're now that they're coming in the door, they're going, we're here. Yep. We're here. Like there's no the Andretti talking about how he was going to get in and all this shit. These guys are busting the doors in and say, we want you to notice that we're here quick. We'll make for interesting next year, right?
Of course.
So what is going to be? There'll be 22 cars on the grid.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
And Sauber is changing to Audi.
Yeah. That's
now
right.
he's going to have their own engines.
That'll make it a little bit more competitive. Every day something changes in the evolution of F1.
That's the name of the game. Anything else for our favorite sport on the track?
Yeah, well, I'm that's one of the things I'm looking forward to later this afternoon. I think I'm going to be watching the qualifying and the race while I'm watching the Jays, but not really. You know what, bro?
I'll be watching quali when I go home.
I will too, but you know what? I've noticed, and I've told you this, the last 2 or 3 races, I don't watch them the day. I don't find the results. I get a couple days later, and I find a time in the middle of nowhere, and I just watch the race. I don't even one screen.
Oh my God!
One screen with my PVR in the hand, so I can keep rewinding and watching it. You learn more like that. It's the only way I'm going to learn more.
Fair.
Like the little nuances of shit going on. Bad freaking double McLaren. Still, what if they were the worst pit stop team? Which is they're up there. Like, what would they lose on their pit stop? Their car's just too good.
Yeah.
But, it's like previous years past a couple of times, they do some pit stop shit, like the double one. This guy's not ready.
Double stacking, you're always going to lose time on your second one. That's how it goes.
Yeah, and Lando wasn't too happy with that at the time. But it was under the safety car. It was under the safety car, which they all do weird shit under there. Once you see the safety car, I just start listening. Who's fucking around? Like how you get in, how you get out. You're supposed to know this guy's coming, this guy.
Well, safety car is usually your cue for everyone to come in.
Yeah, well, that's what they all do. Some guys sneak an extra thing in, and I love it. Absolutely love it.
All right.
Looking forward to the race. I'm not familiar with this track.
Italy.
Yeah, Italy. But I mean, I've not really, I'm learning every year more of the nuances of this track.
It's the closest thing to high speed running that F1 has.
That's what they're saying. So I'm going to take a closer look than I usually do. But people, take a look. It should be on right now. Oh, no, qualifying
happened.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So we're going to move this over to hockey. So I got a question to pose to you.
Okay.
Is Nylander the closest thing the Leafs have to Snoopy on their team?
Oh, gee, you got me at a moment. You know what I think of Nylander, don't you? You're just picking on my freaking biases. I don't know. I'll put him
He's
in.
He's Willie Cool. Actually, that's a T-shirt idea I have.
That's not a bad idea. Can we do it?
Like Snoopy with the Nylander hair and have him with a shirt that says Willie Cool.
Or get an AI where Nylander's holding Snoopy's hand. That would be badass.
That might turn out creepy. We'll see.
Okay, but anyways, you got to look at it this way. You're leaning on me after everything I've said about the Toronto Maple Leafs today, which probably haven't said a lot of things positive. I like Willie, and Willie's cool, and putting in him and Snoopy in this. Don't put any other Leafs. No other Leafs in the same sentence as Snoopy. That's sacrilegious in the house that happens.
How about, you like Matthews?
What's that?
You like Matthews?
Matthews is a different kind of cool. He's kind of like, what would he be if he was a cartoon character? He'd never be that cool. He'd never be Willie cool. Come on, Willie comes on with no tarp.
Yeah.
Come on, you know what I mean? Does morning shows in Sweden, and yeah, it's Willie. Come on.
Well, tank tops.
Okay, that could screw the algorithm. Sorry, I meant tank top. Okay, you know what I mean? Yeah, Willie's that cool. You know what I mean? And you know what? Can I bring up Willie again? There has been no bigger defender of Mitch Marner than Willie Cool. Over in Sweden, you hear some of his interviews and shit come back. There is nobody that has talked higher about Mitch Marner than Willie Cool. So there's got to be something there. You know what I mean? But that's history. We're not talking about it anymore. As a matter of fact, let's make a rule. We don't talk about Marner anymore until the season starts.
I'll hold you accountable to that.
I will. But if I hear anything bad about him in Toronto, I'm coming back. Part 2, but I won't. Oh, my
God. So you're already making excuses to give up on it.
Okay, I loved walking his dog. But anyway, Willie Cool, that sounds like if the Leafs make the playoffs, it'll be very, very...
yeah, I'm really sweating that.
Okay, but in any event, no, I know what you're saying. He's got a lot of cool moxie to him. But you know what the downside of that is? Then people will use that against him in a game where something doesn't go right.
Yeah, but he doesn't care, so it doesn't matter.
Yes, you know what I mean? He's not as sensitive as Marner, I will admit that. And he's more...
He's Teflon.
Yeah, and he's got his dad there too. Isn't it? Like he's been well groomed.
Well, Marner's got his dad too.
That's there's different dads have different strokes, right?
So the big news in the NHL this week was that the league will implement the playoff salary cap starting this season. Which is
That's going to be interesting. Is that going to cut down on all the cheating? You think?
I mean, 100%.
It's got to. It's got to.
That's why I could see the GMs were like, let's get this in sooner than later.
Well, right? You know what it is? Especially the guys that are trying to come in the back door, the struggling teams are on their way up, and then they get to the door and they found that these guys finagled something for the whole year.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay, Las Vegas. Okay? So they're just going to say, no. We can't have that happen anymore. And I agree.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because basically what you're doing is sandbagging and getting away with it.
There's a lot of thought, too, that, like, people are saying that like a lot of these new rules, including like you can't have the double retention of like cap hits anymore. It's going to hurt the trade deadline. But so many teams are like using cap space and accruing cap space this year where I don't think it's going to be as much of an issue as people think it is.
I think it's going to be less than an issue due to the fact that first of all, signing the guys earlier and giving them the big money now, knowing that we know what the salary cap, which is unheard of in a sport. You know the jump for the next 3 years. Everybody knows it. You don't think a general manager's taking advantage of that? I think you're 100% right on that point. Because they'll look at it as, okay, we'll get it to a cap next year. You know what I mean? Let's dance. Put on your red shoes and dance the blues. Come on.
Yeah, non-issue.
I don't think I agree. At the house that happens, we agree. I heard someone talking about it this week about it, and I thought, huh? What? Really? Now, 5 years ago.
I think the trade deadline could set the table. I mean, we always fall into this trap, I think, but like could set the table for a pretty explosive trade deadline this year.
Oh, yeah. Opens the door more, especially for those guys that are maybe needed the old needed change of scenery, bullshit, and all that kind of stuff. Not afraid to take a contract on the guys haven't had his best year. All that's going to multiply because the money's going to be there.
And your team, Montreal, has actually gave themselves the opportunity to accrue cap space this season, trading Carey Price's contract to San Jose.
I'm gobsmacked. I really am. I'm going, wait, huh? How does that work? What did they do?
They traded his contract and a draft pick for like a minor league guy.
Yeah, okay. So is that like starting a tree company? Front company? Like what's going on here?
No, you just gave San Jose a draft pick to take on the cap hit.
And San Jose's got all the cap room in the world because of the younger guys. What it is.
It's only 1 year left in the contract. So.
Yeah, that's just a weird thing too, eh? And the end of the Carey Price era in Montreal is a contract traded to San Jose.
Well, that was like Shea Weber. His contract was on Utah the last season. Chris Pronger and Datsuk, I think both their contracts and Hossa were all in Arizona at one point.
Yeah, but you know what? I understand it because those are bottom feeders at the time. They can afford.
Well, San Jose's a bottom feeder too.
Yeah, until Celebrini has his biggest breakout season ever. But
not this year.
They're we never know.
I'll bet you a 2-4 that San Jose's not making the playoffs.
I didn't say they're making the playoffs. I'm saying Celebrini's going to score 90 points.
Maybe, but they're not
You
going to.
heard it here first.
They're not going to
Celebrini's
make the
getting
playoffs.
90 points. What did he score last year? 70, didn't he?
70 to 90 is a big jump.
Second-year guy, knows the league, got a little bigger. Slick as could be. Not that I'm freaking slurping all over Celebrini. Like, I would never do that. You know what I'm saying? But
He had 63 points last
okay,
year.
60. And how many games? Was 70
70.
something? Yeah, okay. 63 and 70. Now let's let him play 80.
Not many defensemen up there that can. I mean, they got Orlov, but he's a little older. I don't
No,
know.
they'll just run and gun. Well, you've seen San Jose. I've seen him a lot.
What
they never played
defenseman's
deep.
going to get them the puck?
He goes back and gets it himself with that Thompson kid and the Swede.
Yeah, it's good.
But that line's pretty cool. They're all under 22.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're fun to watch.
80 points. 80 points, not 90.
80 points easy. He's going to get 80 points easy. But do you ever see that? You've seen that line play.
Of course.
They're fun.
I agree.
They got to learn to play a little D, but they're fast enough to get back. Defensemen are scared.
That's what I'm
of
worried
them.
about, too. They're going to be spending a lot of time in their own zone. But
Those kids have learned, pick it up and bring it out. Do the Austin Matthews. Remember when Toronto used to get in trouble? Matthews would go back, take the puck, and bring it out. What's the line anyway? It's Celebrini, Thomas.
Toffoli was getting a lot of play there at the end.
He
of the
won't. That'll be the Swedish guy because he got banged up or
Eklund.
something. Yeah. That's going to be a line to deal with. I mean, it might not get you the playoffs, like you say, but they're going to be sure fun to watch.
I agree. Anything else for hockey?
What? You forgetting the biggest thing we should be talking about outside of the Marner situation? Your boy
McDavid?
moving to Merck. Come on, you're going to let that slide? What about
Well,
that?
this is all rumor and speculation still.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Did you see McDavid's
Okay, listen,
press
the way
release?
the way he's talking about the Oilers, it just sounds like he's staying there for one more year.
Well, then he's trying to say that the negotiations will not be an issue. Stop
And he's
it.
also just saying that they're built for this year. He's not saying that they're built for the future, which is a little bit of a red flag.
I heard the smartest thing is this. McDavid plays his cards right. He's the first $20 million player in the NHL. If he takes a short term and plays the way that he
Possible.
is, he's 29. Okay? So 2 years now, he does what he's doing. He takes a 2-year bridge contract with Edmonton, which is, I think, is going to be the smartest thing to do. He'll be the highest paid player in the NHL.
2 more years with Stuart Skinner. Yeah.
Pickard. I got Pickard. Come on. Okay.
Yeah, because he's any better.
But here's my point, and I forget it was. I think it might have been. What's the guy with the glasses who's the big Dallas Cowboy fan, hockey guy, with the French name?
Pierre LeBrun.
Pierre LeBrun. Smart guy. I like when he talks about hockey. But one of the things he pointed out is he said, why would he take maybe only take one more year out of year on? It doesn't make sense for him with announcing the salary cap increases in the next 2 years. Why would he take 4 years for $15 million when he can take 2 years now for $15 million and next contract
Well, I agree.
be 4
Wherever he
years for
signs, it's
20?
going to be a short-term contract. Like
Shortest term ever for a superstar.
We'll
He's not
see.
going to sign to Matthews. Matthews is short to start with. Matthews
4
wasn't
years,
sleeping.
yeah.
The agents know what's going on. Why wouldn't them back in the day, 5 years ago, they already got 10 years. But everyone knows what's going on with this salary cap situation, so you want to bump it up for another contract. When Matthews is done, he's only going to be 30 when that contract expires.
Time for another bump.
Well, and he's going to get the big bump because the salary's going up, especially if Toronto's winning. But then he's only going to score 60 points a year because he doesn't have Marner to set him up. So,
You wish. Yeah, because Matthews is a bum. I forgot.
Nah, I like Matthews. But anyways, this is not going to go away in Toronto.
Oh, shit.
And the same schmucks that ran Marner out of town are going to beat that drum until I don't want to hear the beat again. All of those fucks are going to keep saying it. Oh, what are the odds? What are the percentages? Oh, Edmonton's doing bad. They don't have a goalie. They're 2 games under 500 at
You know what's going to happen,
Maritime
though?
Center.
I'm going to throw this out there. I think Edmonton's going to make it to the final and lose again.
I don't think they're strong enough in the back end unless they do something
We were
drastic.
saying the same last year.
Yeah, but they ended up, who did they pick up or who got better towards the end? All their defensemen rose at the end, especially the kid that
They picked up the guy from San Jose, Wallman.
Yeah, and he solidified what they're doing because they said
They'll do something again.
Well, they better be doing it. I don't know if they're back end. And
It's their goaltending that's the issue, though. Let's be real,
you
man.
can't get away with that forever. They dodge bullets with those guys. And look at the playoffs. We weren't sure when the guy was going to start. You're going to win a Stanley Cup when you don't know your starting goalie's going to be?
I didn't say they were going to win a Stanley Cup. I said they're going back to the final, though.
I think I can't wait till we do our hockey preview because I've been already looking around what's going on, and teams don't stay up there for that long. And the NHL, it's harder than most sports because of wear and tear to get there.
Yeah, but that's kind of changing a little bit where, like, it's becoming so hard to just move up because those teams at the top are so stable.
Yeah, but for how long? How long? You think Florida's going to win 3 in a row?
I'm not saying they're going to win 3 in a row, but I mean, they're still going to be competitive.
Oh, as hell. And if they get the
point.
Conference Championship, that's great. That's still part of a dynasty segment with them because they have made it to the finals 3 years in a row.
I think Kachuk's going to fuck them up this year.
I'm not going to say that too soon because I don't want to sound like a hater. But
no, I'm a Kachuk hater. I'll throw that out there.
Okay, but in any event, I think Florida's going to be very good. Got a few guys that are long in the teeth. And if what's his name?
We're going to 3 finals in a row. That's going to add up at some point.
Okay, so if you're talking about the Kachuk thing, Marchand's a little bit older.
And it's an Olympic year, too, which is going to...
Olympic year.
They're going to have a lot of players in the Olympics.
Going there, and their big guy, what's the Russian's name? Their center. I'm having a brain fart.
Oh, Barkov. He's Finnish.
Finnish, yeah. But in any event, he's a great player. As a two-way player. Agreed. I'm not going to deny that. But is he the guy that's going to get you all the goals late in the game when the Kachuk's guys are around?
No, not his game.
That's what I'm saying. So when that could be their thing. If they get long in the tooth and they got to lean on him for more of a scoring thing, he's not that guy. So he could be, but he's always an assist guy. I love his two-way game. Let's not throw any shade on the guy. Yeah, don't throw no shade in the guy. I take him on my team. He's top 5 center in the league, no doubt about it. But when you get in those crazy situations at the end of the year and in the playoffs and stuff like that, this is supposed to be your role, not that role.
Kachuk and Verhaeghe and Reinhardt are supposed to be the guys that drive the
Bennett,
offense.
Shit
Bennett,
like that.
exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So if they have any problems, like you say, and that's suddenly your leading guy to get your goal scoring, could present a problem. But remember, their third and fourth line had some young guys that could...
Their fourth line especially
their fourth line. They got a couple of guys that have the door to become like a Nick Suzuki, be from a second-line center to a first-line center. You know what I mean? They have the potential to do that. I should have been a lawyer, eh? But anyway... In any event,
I know. I think I'd win the Suzuki case against you.
Well, I'm calling Johnny Cochran's dead. Damn, who am I going to call? But in any event, I think Florida's going to be there too, and we're moments away. You don't have to talk about what our prediction's going to be because we're a couple weeks, 3 weeks away.
Yeah,
or whatever it's going to be. When do they start? October 13th.
October 1st or something. It's always early October now. Although they're talking about moving the start of the league to late September.
That's insane.
Yeah, but it's you want to end the season in mid-June?
If they do it then and we're done by May 31st, I'm in.
I think that's the goal.
Yeah.
Or at least be done by like the first week of June.
No, they should be done hockey in May.
Ideally, but with the bye week and all that and
greed. Avarice.
I don't know about greed, but it's the same amount of
days. Extra games. If we're going to be any better, why don't they drop to 78 games? Why are they adding 2 more? Stop it.
Because the NHL's a gate-driven league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So money, not some...
No one's, even the NBA, why were they looking at...
Another thing said to greed.
NFL's adding more games.
NFL's different, schedule shorter, blah, blah, blah. They'll get to 18 and that'll be it.
And an extra bye week.
And so that'll, take a middle of February? Do you think anyone cares?
No, they're going to take away a preseason game.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. Do you think anyone cares? It's the NFL.
Exactly.
Monolith. You know what I mean?
Anything else for hockey?
No, but glad that I got my gnarliness out of me because you know what? I'll be thinking about the hockey season this season.
Of course. We'll talk a little bit of NBA here where they announced a new all-star format. So it's going to be a round robin. 2 USA teams, 1 world team. I think that's a little bit weak.
Totally.
Yeah.
Should have been a whole game, world against America. The guys don't want it. You know what they say?
Because they're scared.
Yeah, inside the dressing room, we're around the camera. What are we going to do that for? What are we going to do that for? Back in the day, the Jordan guys and the Bird guys go, are we there yet? But the evolution of the game has said, you know what I mean? How far we've gotten, that you have to give that consideration. But I think it's a drag that the NBA, they've got the worst reputation as guys that making the bag loads of money that they are, but they won't acquiesce to do something that'll promote the league in a better way.
I mean, this could be good. We'll see. It's better than the format we have now.
If they show up. So what is going to be 20-minute games, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, 20-minute games. None of this winning like the last shot bullshit, right?
No.
No, yeah, that's.
And then I imagine the top 2 teams get to play in the final.
Yeah, that's the whole essence. I wonder how they're going to split the American team.
Probably a draft.
So what? LeBron's the captain of one, Curry's the captain of the other?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Should be interesting.
That'd be cool.
I would think that they'd draw it down the lines where the guys that hate each other are on different teams.
No, have them on the same team.
No, because then they act like they're friends, and that takes all the fun out of it. Because we know you're not.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I want to see the real. I don't want you acting like Cinderella when you're the Wicked Witch of the West. Come on, I don't go for that.
But the big news in the NBA this week, of course, was the Kawhi Clippers drama. Accusations of cap circumvention going on here.
Really? I don't believe any of that. Kawhi's innocent. Why are you picking on Kawhi? I'm gonna explain this.
I'm waiting to see until the investigation is carried out before I make a.
Okay, this is loud, but I don't see a lot of smoke. Okay, they're just saying what I'm gonna put. Here's my perspective on it. I think
since the guy who reported on it has a little bit of a faulty reputation.
Pablo?
Yeah, he's reported on some stuff that ended up being not completely true.
But he always says alleged. He's put some stuff out there that was close, but it wasn't.
I didn't see many alleged with this one.
Oh, no, it's all the way there. I mean, Robert Downey Jr.'s name come up in this, okay? So I'm going to explain what's going on here, okay? I'm going to use the great city of Toronto as an example of how this thing got distorted, okay? How do you pay with a salary cap? Okay, you got to find other revenues. So, Graydon Dick, you come to Toronto. We're going to give you a contract near football. By the way, get in that Razor commercial. Quickly. You know what? You're the insurance guy. Go around the league. Look at the endorsements that these guys get. Rogers is running the stations. You want your commercials on the air? We want to see our players in these commercials. What is that called? I'm not saying it's coercion, but you don't think that happens in every city? So what is that? Isn't that a weird way of circumventing the salary cap? How come Grady Dick got all those commercials already so quickly? Let's talk about...
He made...
Stop it. I'll tell you why, but I don't want to go there. Don't even...
He was popular from the draft, that jacket.
You're killing me.
Everyone was talking about it.
Number one is Scotty Barnes. To make Scotty Barnes happy, you got that contract. You already got a good contract. What does Scotty Barnes not advertise in this city? Tampax? Outside of that, what does he not
advertise?
That'd
be a little weird.
Yeah, but what else isn't he not involved in? So what is that? We can pay you this much money, but you know what else we can do for you? We'll get you this.
That was part of the pitch to get Stamkos to Toronto.
But Stamkos said, I got
No, but still, the point was like Canadian Tire Sport Check was going to raise their...
Oh, huge. But he said that does it good, and the tax difference. He said, am I going to really make that much money? Was it going to come out?
Well, he made the right decision.
Oh, 100%. But
he later made a bad decision, but...
Okay. Not all perfect, and I love Steve, but you know what I'm saying? So what's going to come out of this is, what did he do? He told Kawhi to invest in a tree planting company. The tree planting company was making money, but they failed. So they got to give Kawhi his extra little kickback because he was an investor in the company. Is that circumventing the salary cap? Because it wasn't aboard good because they didn't show that his name was on the deed? That's what's going to come down to. It's going to come down to legal ease. But me personally, looking at this from big picture, Ballmer is a nut bar.
We can agree on that.
Okay, 8th richest man in the world. What is he going to do? You don't think he's going to walk in that room and say, you, and you, what the fuck have you guys done? So what do owners do? Circle the wagons. They're going to throw the book at Ballmer on this. I think he might lose a draft choice on principle, but I think in a month from now, we won't even be talking about this. I could be completely wrong because there could be some people on the bottom that don't like Ballmer. That's the difference, is who the owner is at times. Tell me around the league who likes Ballmer. We should do this. No, we're in the NBA. Okay, I'm going to do it this way. What would it? Oh, I'm not getting no state tax. Build a stadium myself. You know all that, in the front row, we see Ballmer.
Right.
I like the guy personally. A little crazy, but I mean, if I was the 8th richest man in the world, I'd probably be a little left to center too.
Sure.
So you really think this is a huge thing with Kawhi? Like, Kawhi can't be found.
Well, I mean, that's always Kawhi, though.
That's what I love about him. He's like Clint Eastwood in
I'm on the wait and see. I'm not going to say, like, whatever. There's an accusation. We'll see. There's going to be an investigation.
My investigation is, it was at time Robert Downey Jr. was involved. This is where I think Ballmer's smart. There's a couple other investors out there, a hotelier guy. People that were involved in this were not just Kawhi. Mm-hmm. It looked like an investment thing. and they got their money. Well, but nobody ever said nothing because, well, that's completely different. But when Curry and Brady lost all their money making their side investment in the Bitcoin, that was okay. But wasn't that a way that they got involved in those companies to make more money? Failed for them.
Yeah.
They had enough money to do it. So what did Kawhi do wrong? Why are we dragging his dick in the dirt?
I don't know. Again, I'm going to wait till the investigation's finished before I make my final say here.
I am so cynical that I believe that it's going to blow away. In my opinion. Now,
it usually does.
But
That's
if
the way
it
the news
comes up
cycle
on
goes.
every story, no, but if it's drastically wrong, like who did something a few years ago and they lost 3 draft choices when they did the backdoor deal with that. But that was like handing the guy, like the joke is like, did you meet at Christie Pitt and open up the trunk and hand you a couple duffel bags full of money, which has happened. Okay? So I'm not saying that Kawhi is Mr. Innocent. We know what he tried to freaking coerce the Raptors out of, which is a bad deal because Ballmer lost Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yes, he did.
Listening to Kawhi. So you got to put that in the equation too. And what has Kawhi done for the LA Clippers since he's been there?
Well, I mean, it's a team game.
he's made the team respectable.
Yeah.
Okay, but outside of that, is he getting, and what, he's got 3 more years on his contract?
Something like that.
Yeah, a lot of money. So I you know what? I love Kawhi. You know that.
I love Kawhi too.
So I'm just hoping that I think it might be a little bit more to do with nothing. But it is a funny story.
Of course it's funny.
It's a tree planting company. Shouldn't we be happy in California? They're the environmental state. Their nut bar governor says everything green, everything beautiful. Oh, look at Ballmer. He's investing in a tree company. He's going to make the air in California better. What a nice guy. A billionaire like that being such a fresh air, green kind of save the state kind of guy. Gotta love Ballmer for that, don't you?
Anything else about basketball?
No, not really. But what was I going to say? The other thing that came up about basketball. What was it? Oh, I'm having a brain fart when I was thinking. Anyways, we won't continue. We're just going to say this. When the season starts and Kawhi makes first team All NBA,
Whoa, hot take.
I'll laugh.
Okay.
Good luck.
No trivia today. Cruz, what is the sport event you are looking forward to the most this week?
Penny Sewell pancaking Micah Parsons sometime after 4:30 tomorrow afternoon. Okay, that's what I am. But you want to know the truth? I'm looking forward to the U.S. Open final. That's going to, like I've already reiterated, I think it's going to be a classic, man. And
I hope so.
And I hope there's
I'll
no,
be watching.
knock wood, I hope there's no suddenly got to go for medical attention or nothing like that happens. It's just an old school mano to mano, let's go. The place is going to be hopping.
Of course.
You know what I mean? If they drop a bomb in the place, they're going to lose 100 celebrities at least.
Jesus Christ.
You know what I mean? Which they won't. I'm just making jokes. This Forest Glen is, or whatever it's called, is so good. But you know, and even the people that are there, like you're going to see like Sergio Garcia. But the guy 3 seats over is a billionaire.
Well, last night, the Felix Sinner matchup, like that was like, there was a little bit of a who's who there last night.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they go to see the greats. Everybody that was in the crowd. But I mean, that's all the people that you know. What about the people sitting beside them? They're probably 10 times as rich. Michael Bay's probably there, but who knows what Michael Bay looks like? You know what I mean? Like guys like that.
Michael Bay, like the director?
Yeah.
I know what he looks like.
I don't. But I mean, if you look around, but I mean, you know what I'm saying in the crowd? Like they show this guy and the next person with him, he looks about like Steve Ballmer and he's got the hottest chick in the world beside him. You go, whoa, I wonder what he does. I wonder what money is he into. Next time, look at the U.S. Open, when you look at the crowd.
Of course.
If you're down in that lower bowl,
you got money.
Oh, you got money. You know what I mean? And then they let the New Yorkers in. Like if Denzel wants a seat, he gets one. If Spike Lee wants a seat, he gets one. You know, guys like that.
Julianne Moore was there last night. She's a New Yorker.
Yeah, huge. And she's a big tennis fan from way back in the day, so she was going to be there. Ben Stiller's getting his seat. I mean, how many times have I seen him? And you know what? The people should realize this. Oh, they come to see this or not. If you're a serious tennis fan, watching fan, as I am, most of these people, I'm not surprised to see them because they're there every year. Mm-hmm. So they're not just showing up because it's the event. Now, showing up for the Joker, I get, and showing up for the finals, that's a little bit more prestigious. You know what I mean?
Right.
But most of the people there are big-time tennis fans from way, way back in the day, which I respect. I mean, if you had that money, where would you sit?
I know where I'd sit.
That's why, Zachary Lee, you got the bonus of ever going to the Morgan Whalen concert the other night. Hey, when we get off the air, I'll give you a few more details about this, but this was a score of a score. Just put it this way. Zach, if you don't mind telling that, Zach's down there, and he starts drinking with about 4 guys. And he goes, oh, by the way, they're slapping Wallen's hand, private place to drink, the whole 9 yards. And he asked these guys, they came in, I forget, from where did he say they came in? I don't know, Ottawa or somewhere. For their package, it was $5,000 each. So those 4 guys spent $20,000 for a 2.5-hour concert at the Dome. You're rich. You're freaking rich. Oh,
well, I've known people that have spent a lot on concerts that are not rich.
I wouldn't. So. I do too. That's insane. Mortgage a house. I'm not. I'm getting older. I used to do crazy things, but the prices were never like this when I was younger, and I can't see spending.
I know someone, she used to get like backstage passes and whatever for like every concert. It's like, whoa.
Oh yeah, that's money. But that's,
she didn't have money though.
Wow.
She just spent all of it.
That's just absolutely crazy. Oh, but another shout out to Morgan Whalen. Apparently, things got a little held up at the first show, so he came on late and he played to midnight, but he announced to the crowd, I'm paying the fine. You're my fans. That's really cool. Because he came on late, he ended up playing to midnight, which is very rare, a show at the Dome till midnight. But he came out and he says, it's going to cost me some money, but you guys are here. Why should you get less than anybody else? We're doing full show tonight, kids. And he went to midnight. Got to give the man credit for that.
Very cool.
Yep.
For me, I'm looking forward to the Monza Grand Prix tomorrow. And, of course, the football. Come on, Baltimore, Buffalo. That's going to be an amazing game.
I'm already hyped for the 4:30 game tomorrow. That's the truth be told. That's the number one thing. We're in the house of who? Come on. That's going to be number one. And I'm telling you now, double down on it. Detroit's going to come out tomorrow and do damage.
I wouldn't be surprised.
They're going to do some damage,
Anything else you want to add?
No, not at all. we're going to try to get a show in during the week so I can do those shout-outs on Thursday, I guess we're going to be.
Yeah.
We're going to do our best, fans, to get a show in on Thursday night because we're both so busy next week, with the most significant thing being the wedding of your sister and your brother.
Of course, the memorial.
And, of course, the memorial. So it's been a big weekend, and we remember all people in the family, which is a great thing.
Absolutely.
Mrs. Milani, do you think that I'm being mean to the Toronto Maple Leafs? Let me know. Just let me know.
And
I'm not changing my attitude, by the way.
Oh, shocker. I'm Andrew Milani.
Hi, my name is Cruz. And what do?
We keep the vibe alive. Do you have a question? We'll answer it on the air. Send it to thehousethathappens@gmail.com. You can find us on Podbean, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Boomplay, and SoundCloud. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at The House That Happens, and on X at House Happens.